shine. Echoes of factories fade into crime. A shadow stalks the alleyways, feeding on fear. But from the fire, a savior appears. He walks with a servo stride, silver justice in his frame. Built from broken promises, forged in Biden's name. Memory wiped clean, but the mission still remains. Protect the weak and purge the insane. JOBOCOP, guardian of the rusted streets. Cyber heart still dares to beat. With plasma fists and truth as code, he's cleaning up this liberty road. JOBOCOP, born again in circuit and flame. He's the wrath in Scranton's name. Then rose the tyrant from the mire, a golden tower, now empire of liars. El Trumpo, half man, half myth, full rage, spits conspiracies like fire on a stage. His army chants in caps lock tones, screaming clones and deep state drones. But Joe's no puppet, he's the blade in the dark, a robotic paladin with a patriot spark. JOBOCOP, guardian of the rusted streets. Cyber heart still dares to beat. With plasma fists and truth as code, he's cleaning up this liberty road. JOBOCOP, born again in circuit and flame. He's the wrath in Scranton's name. Cue wailing guitars as JOBOCOP uppercuts. A man wearing a red hat, the city in flames around them. A child clutches an American flag, crying, "You can do it, JOBOCOP." JOBOCOP, defender of blue-collar dreams. Scranton's light through smoke and screams. With steel resolve and justice, boldly battles lies that power us all. JOBOCOP.
Ruh-roh. That was my bad. It was at the end of the song, and I hit the wrong button to refresh the page. Damn it. But I told you it was epic, man. Right? That was good.
Yeah, it was.
That
It's
was
got like a Dio vibe, like a 80s
Yeah.
vibe.
Fucking, that's the whole point, man. He's rolling around the streets of Scranton, keeping that shit fucking safe.
Rolling around on what? His rascal scooter? Like, what?
Yeah, man. Don't you know he's a, oh yeah, you don't know.
No,
I guess we
might
should
be
probably
wrong.
start with that shit then. Because I mean, burying the lead is one thing I'm good at, but let me see here. Actually, okay, so you don't know what's going on. I'm sorry. I thought you did. I'm a moron.
I've been out of the house all day today.
Yeah, like you've been kind of quiet.
I was we went riding. We pulled the bikes out finally. It's warm enough to ride the motorcycles, and we have a bunch of them. And I was like, to hell with it. I'm gonna ride one of the bigger ones today. But man, I am sore. Oh man. We rode like 140 miles today. Yeah. I'm
Oh,
pretty
wow.
sore. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I drove like 300. I just got home from work, so I ended up covering a shift. My coworker is a musician, and he called me yesterday on the way in, and he's like, "Hey, man, can you possibly cover for me tomorrow?" And I'm like, what's up? And he's like, I got this like opportunity to go to a concert in Seattle with like the first drummer from Nirvana. And I'm like, oh, hell yeah, dude. All right. Fuck yeah. That's cool. You know,
There
that's a
was
good.
man. I usually know a lot about music, but I didn't know that there was anybody before Grohl. I
Uh,
didn't know.
yeah. That's what
Oh,
he said. I don't know, man. That's what he was telling me. It's not Grohl. I mean, like, you know, obviously. Hold on. Who was he? Or
that's what
maybe
I don't know anybody before that. But
Chad
there,
Channing. It might have been Chad Channing or Dave Foster or Aaron Burkhardt or Dan Peters.
I know. I know Chad. Yeah,
There
I
was
think I
actually
know
there's
a
actually
couple.
4 drummers before Grohl. But Dave Grohl is obviously the best drummer.
The best.
The best, you know.
Poo 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 poo. And I don't care. I don't care. He had an affair. I don't care.
Oh, a Parallax here says, "Rip Jonathan Joss, such a terrible tragedy." Did you hear about that?
No.
The voice actor for John Redcorn on Parks on King of the Hill.
Wow, he died. Huh?
Oh no, not just like died, like fucker got in the saddest way possible. He was killed. He was killed. He was murdered effectively in front of his husband. The husband wrote in a thing about it on Facebook, kind of describing the whole thing. They were apparently targeted in like whatever neighborhood they were at for being gay. And they came back to like check their mail, and someone walked up and started shouting at him, and then a gun came out and the guy fired it.
Jesus, dude.
Yeah, I was reading it. Let's see if I could find it here. Because it's tragic. It's like real fucking tragic.
No, it is. And then to watch someone you love die in front of you, Jesus, in that way.
Yeah. Let me see here. Okay, here we go. This is what he says here. He says, statement from Tristan Kern de Gonzalez, the husband of Jonathan Joss. My husband, Jonathan Joss, and I were involved in a shooting while checking the mail at the site of our former home. That home was burned down after over 2 years of threats from people in the area who repeatedly told us they would set it on fire. We reported these threats multiple times to law enforcement, and nothing was done. Throughout that time, we were harassed regularly by individuals who made it clear they did not accept our relationship. Much of that harassment was openly homophobic. When we returned to check the site, to the site to check our mail, we discovered the skull of one of our dogs and its harness placed in clear view. This caused both of us severe emotional distress. We began yelling and crying in response to the pain of what we saw. While we were doing so, a man approached us. He started yelling violent homophobic slurs. He then raised a gun from his lap and fired. Hold on, there's more.
Where?
Anyway, the guy said,
what
can't
town? The city doesn't tell you?
hold on, it continues here. It says here, okay, so he says, while we were doing this, a man approached us. He started yelling violent homophobic slurs at us. He then raised a gun from his lap and fired. Jonathan and I had no weapons. We were not threatening anyone. We were grieving. We were standing side by side. When this man fired, Jonathan pushed me out of the way. He saved my life. Jonathan is my husband. He gave me more love in our time together than most people ever get. We were newlyweds. We picked Valentine's Day. We were in the process of looking for a trailer and planning our future. He was murdered by someone who could not stand the sight of 2 men loving each other. I was with him when he passed. I told him how much he was loved. To everyone who supported him, his fans, his friends, know that he valued you deeply. He saw you as family. My focus now is protecting Jonathan's legacy and honoring the life we built together. If you're concerned as how someone coped with trauma or how loudly they speak when recounting injustice and being ignored by authorities, then you truly never cared about my husband. Jonathan saved my life. I will carry that forward. I will protect what he built.
It's 2025, man. Like,
I mean, like, yeah. Look, okay. I'm not trying to poo-poo this, all right? I have questions. I have so many questions because so many things don't, like, I feel like there's things here that we're not getting, right? There's history that we're not getting here. Like, for one, their home burned down. Okay, that sucks, right? After 2 years, or, Was it a recent burning? Was a pet killed in that? Why was there a skull of the pet?
Yeah, that's
and the
crazy,
collar
right?
left out in plain view? Why would someone approach? What would cause them to pull out the gun and open fire? What exactly? There are things here that I'm like, okay, even in the most like terribly written movie of all time, things would not even remotely play out like that, right? Like there are more things here than we're hearing. In the meantime, though, I'm not trying to like denigrate or take away from the tragedy. The man lost his husband. He's clearly grieving. You know, homophobia, transphobia, all that shit has no place, obviously.
Wow.
You know, but it's like that. But you look at the details of that, of what the husband puts out there, and you're like, none of this makes any sense. Like, was somebody arrested?
Yeah, is there like a police report?
Let me see. I'm gonna look this up here
because it sounds like a bad action movie. Like,
yeah,
really, you know.
Anyone arrested in the Jonathan Joss killing? Let's see here. So yes, someone in connection with the killing of Jonathan Joss. San Antonio police arrested 56-year-old Sigfredo Alvarez Ceja and charged him with murder following the fatal shooting of Joss outside his home in San Antonio, Texas. He was apprehended shortly after the incident and is currently being held in the Bexar County Adult Detention Center. Courts indicate he has been charged with felony first-degree murder. His bond was set at $200,000 and a court date scheduled for August 8th. Okay,
He
good.
said he produced the firearm from his lap, so he must have been in a vehicle.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. So that sucks though, man.
Yeah, and when did this happen?
Just the other day. You know, I mean, it's like I hate to question this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
but it's like
still tragedy, but you got to question everything these days, man. You
yeah,
too many variables.
Okay, multiple neighbors reported an ongoing dispute between Joss and Ceja, with some describing frequent arguments and escalating tensions between the two men over the years. One neighbor witnessed an argument between Joss and someone in a car just before hearing gunshots and seeing Joss on the ground. After the shooting, Ceja was apprehended just a block away from the scene. While specific forensic evidence, such as weapon or ballistic matches, have not been detailed in public reports, a combination of eyewitness accounts, the history of disputes, and Ceja's proximity to the scene of the time of the shooting formed the basis for his arrest. San Antonio police have stated that despite claims of a hate crime, their investigation so far has not found evidence that Joss's murder was related to his sexual orientation, but they continue to review all available information. I mean, the husband is basically saying that it's a hate crime. The San Antonio PD are saying it's not a hate crime. Not yet, right? But that's fucking terrible.
Ugh.
Yeah. So H-Parts here throwing out $2. Thank you, buddy. Oh yeah, I got some super chats I got to get to from last night. If I missed your super, did you hear about what happened
last night?
Well, what happened last night was like I was streaming and then both my kids woke up and they wanted to come in. And then tonight they were like doing the same thing, but they're asleep. So hopefully they'll stay asleep. Yeah, just having kids.
Yeah, I know. Man.
No, it was yeah, it's funny. No, I then I had to go to work, and work was like, I don't know, work was slow, man. Like what I don't get is, okay, I went and I picked somebody up for a private van, drove him 70 miles to the airport, right? And the guy tipped like $45 on the app, which is insane. Like that was nuts. And it was just one dude, I'm like, all right. And he didn't even live in that nice of a house. I was like, all right, man, thank you. You fucking shit, man.
Didn't even live in that nice of a house. Do you guys hear that? Did the chat hear that?
No, I'm saying it was
profiling.
It's not profiling. I think it was a work thing. It was a work thing. My dad lives around the corner from this guy. So yeah, poor people. All right. Yeah, hold on here. Let me answer these 2 super chats from H Barts because I know he screenshotted them. So I wouldn't forget. Because he likes to do that. He wants me to know. Yeah, I know. What the fuck, man? Okay, hold on. Let me see these here. All right. One of these. Here we go. He says, I was going to make you cringe because I call Isabella Merced hot girl as hawk mommy. That kind of joke is why you're going to die alone. I'm just being honest.
Wow.
It's so true. Like, I'm going to call her hawk mommy. No. For one, I've heard you speak multiple times. You know what? The next time I want you to use the most offensively stereotypical Mexican accent next time you call on in. I want to hear that side of you. If you're going to call her hawk mommy, you got to do it with an accent, bro. Otherwise, it just seems so fucking weird. But thank you.
I called in a couple nights ago just messing around.
Oh, on the phone line?
Yeah, and I was
hoping. I must not have got it.
Please play it while Vito's on, but you didn't. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't see it when Vito was. I didn't get the email. Because it's set up to a different email account, so I don't get those. All right. He also says here, why would I weep about Ella in the shower? I don't goon to her. I don't know, man. You're out there going like talking about Ella. What was the image of? Hold on. Let me show you what he sent me tonight. Okay. This is what he sent me tonight. All right. You want to talk about the weird? Okay. He may not be gooning. But it's Ella Purnell eating ham, which apparently is a Yellow Jackets reference. And then Mike Wazowski.
Show that's on Showtime or something.
Yeah, but look at this though. It's Mike Wazowski's head on Sully's body, holding what appears to be a gun. Is he? I don't know. I feel like there is some kind of saying here. You know what I mean? Like, Why don't I do a Mexican accent? Because I'm not Mexican. It's not a Yellow Jackets reference. What is it? Like a Sweet Pea reference, like a Army of the Dead reference, an Arcane reference. I don't know. Hawk to a mommy.
He beat me to it by like 30 seconds, man.
Did you see?
Yeah.
No, hold on. I gotta find this. There was a thing yesterday. It was making its way around. It's one of the funniest. It's one of the funniest things when it comes to. It's a behind the scene. It's a BTS of Back to the Future. Of Michael J. Fox playing around. I gotta find it, but it's funny as shit. Let's see. All right, hold on. God damn it. You might have. Are you familiar with any of the behind the scenes bloopers?
I know a few. I know little things like it was supposed to be Eric Stoltz at one time and shit like that, but I haven't really dug too deep into it, even though I've watched those movies hundreds of times.
Okay.
When I was young, it stayed on repeat in my house, the first one.
Yeah. That I remember getting that on what was it? Getting it on VHS. McDonald's had a thing. It was you could go there, you get like a Happy Meal or some shit like that, and you spend $5.
Wow.
They had Back to the Future and a few other movies, but I got Back to the Future on the way to my dad's house, and I watched that thing so many fucking times. I got the Ultimate 4K set a few months ago from Groove. Oh, here we go. All right. I got to fucking God, everything.
We're going down the rabbit hole, guys. He's searching.
No, I got it. Here we go. Okay, have you seen this?
I don't. Maybe, yeah.
Okay.
¡Eh, puto! There she is, man. There's a bitch. Son of a bitch, she cheating, man. Hey, bitch. No homeboy for her tonight, man. Bitch.
I'm surprised they didn't try to cancel him for that.
I mean, yeah, 80s cholo, Marty McFly, man. But like the fact that he's smoking inside of a high school set.
Yeah. Hey, bitch.
Hey, bitch, there's the bitch. Hey, look, she cheating, man.
He's got a hairnet on too.
Yeah, fourth, that was not AI. That was real. That was a real outtake. I think they were just fucking around on set. You know, the shit, the 80s, man. Like, my God, the shit we could get away with.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Makes
Now
you wonder
it's
how many times he dropped the N-bomb, hard R. You know, the end of that movie, he's like, "No, guys, I get it. Hold on, I can speak with them." I what's that line from Airplane with was it June Cleaver, right?
June Cleaver.
Pardon me, I speak jive.
I know. Fuck, dude. I just watched a movie with him tonight with Christopher Lloyd in it, or yesterday. It's free on YouTube too. It's an old movie. Christopher Walken, Andy Garcia. Always Treat Williams. It's called Things to Do in Denver.
When You're Dead.
Such a great movie, dude.
I rented it one time, but we never got around to watching it before we had to return it.
So good, dude. It's so, I don't know. It's got an indie vibe, but it's I don't know. It's pretty brutal, man. Christopher Walken plays this quadriplegic mob leader, and there's this guy who just happens to be pedo, and they want to protect him, but one of the guys flips out and kills him instead. And they send like the world's greatest hitman to kill them. And the world's greatest hitman is named Buckwitz, but it's Steve Buscemi, and he's very brutal. But so is Treat Williams. It's a crime movie, man. It's pretty well done, man.
Not bad. I'll have to.
What's her name in it? Dickie Valancourt. She's in it. It's an all-star cast, man.
You said it's on YouTube?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. Yeah.
Right, maybe it's on Tubi. I gotta watch more Tubi. I love Tubi, baby.
Tubi's pretty good. You know, they need to come up with a commercial-free version.
I don't mind the commercials as much. To be fair, it doesn't bother me as much.
There's not a ton of them, so I'm okay with it. Yeah.
You know, I think it's like 4 per movie or something, and that's really not bad. And they're maybe like a minute and a half. It's like, it sucks because you're watching it and you're like, oh God, fucking commercials. But at least it warns you when a commercial is coming up. And then nothing is cut. They're still all uncut. You know?
And they don't like dub over anything. I hate when I was a kid, I hated that shit.
I mean, well, the best one of those is still, this is what you get.
Mr. Falcon, that's probably the best one. But what's the one you showed me a long time ago? You showed me a pretty crazy one.
The one from I'm pretty sure it was the one from The Big Lebowski. This is when you find a stranger in the Alps.
Yeah, when he's beating up the Corvette. Yeah, you can show me that one. That one's funny.
That was pretty good. And then, I mean, but that quote does better than, when you go see screenings of it, that's what people reference. So hold on, we got H-Bars here dropping some supers. Thank you. Maybe it's not common for whiteites. What's a whiteite? I don't know. Is it like, you could say cracker. It's okay. But at least in my Mexican family, a lot of my family calls their spouses BF or GF, mommy or poppy. Yeah, but she's not your BF or your GF. She's a girl that you spank it to. Right? So, that's what I'm saying. Now you have to do the accent. I want you to call in on your break and do the accent. I just want to hear an olele. That's what I want to hear. I want you to call her a hawk mommy. I want you to do it. Hawk mommy. Do it. That's your challenge. So H, we're here also for 5. Why do I need to say it in a Mexican accent? I'll do it, but it might be a while. Depends if you're on when I'm home. I don't think I'll be on when you're home because you get home in like 3 hours, and I probably shouldn't be up there. But I think this is pretty funny. Tubi Plus. I have a feeling Tubi Plus is going to happen.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, they got 95 million monthly active users. They're up.
I know,
like
that's
a lot.
Ridiculous. I remember when streaming first became a thing, like was just Netflix, and then Hulu came along, and this and that. But then they started putting. Does anybody remember Crackle?
Yeah, Sony. That was Sony's.
Yeah, and
I think it's gone
shit
now.
on there. It's gone, but they did have some pretty good. And Tubi's like just the new Crackle. Crackle was the same shit.
Well, the thing with Crackle though is they had what is it? They had Joe Dirt 2, which I never saw. I never watched it. I heard it was so bad, and I'm like,
didn't they say enough in the first Joe Dirt? Like,
Joe Dirt.
Joe Dirt, Joe Do, Part Do.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, it's David Spade, and I'm always going to love David Spade and everything else. I feel like if they were going to do Joe Dirt 2, it should have been like, it should have been a Netflix movie. Like working with.
Was it a theatrical release? Like, I didn't know.
No, it was straight. It was straight to Crackle.
Okay.
It was straight to Crackle. That's what it was. And it had everyone in it, but like you watch it and it like the trailer just did not look good. Jess here says streaming right now is dropping. But no, it's not really dropping. It's really not.
I don't know how we would know that as far as like numbers,
Well, numbers wise, like there's always reasons for everything. But there was an interview with Tony Gilroy where he had said like he had to fight Disney for the budget to finish up Andor the way he wanted it to. And because he says that Disney told him that streaming is dead. And that might have been like during 2023, like the writer's strike, or maybe right after the writer's strike when like the bubble kind of burst last year. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and so
there's just so much of that stuff out there. I just don't know how to follow it. There's always so many disingenuous, like, made up bullshit. Like, I never know what's what. Oh, they didn't even, like, they'll say like a really popular show they always push the goalpost back. They always move the goalpost. Like,
it's like today, for example, I saw all these people talking about how Superman needs like $700 million to break even.
No, is that what they said?
The reason why they say that is because of the budget being listed as a reported $225 million.
Is that true?
This is what the Wrap is reporting, and so it's kind of like, again, that's what we have. Like, we knew that it was more than $150 million, which is what Man of Steel cost to make. And Man of Steel, I think it was $150 million for Man of Steel, but it also made that money back in licensing agreements before the movie even came out. Like, that's been reported. And I'm sure that Superman is also gonna have a fair amount of money coming back in from licensing.
It's funny that you bring up the Superman stuff, because I messaged you a couple hours ago.
Is that what you were referring to? Because I didn't know what you were referring to. I was like,
we need to be more toxic, Matt. I don't even care at this point anymore. Like, that's just one of that. I shouldn't have. Every once in a while, I'll go down the rabbit hole and like hate watch. I can't help it.
I did tonight. I did like, a little bit.
Such a fucking.
Are you talking about Ski Walker?
Yeah, he's
so. Dude. Okay. So
and the way he words things, Maddie, we aren't gonna stand for this. We can't let this happen. It's like, you really are a fucking cult. You like really are, man. You're. He did have one good point though. Hearing him shit on Salah Abdul, I'm just like, wow, you guys used to dick ride that fucking guy, but as soon as he left your echo chamber, but he was right. 500 million is a success. He's like, okay, so Superman make 100 million more than Black Adam. He did have, that was the only good point he made. You know what I mean? But yeah, I was getting a little triggered watching him, just thinking to myself, dude, you people really are mentally unstable over there. Like, that whole group, they really are kind of unstable, man.
Well, yeah, because I was listening, because I guess RJ had told me that he had quit his job and is going streaming full time.
Yeah.
And he still can only get like 54 people live. I mean, granted, that's more than me, but I'm not consistent.
Sometimes, but
I'm not consistent with it.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it is what it is. And like, this channel is, even the only comments I got on last night's stream were from assholes. Like, that's all I got, some person was like, oh, I forgot I subscribed to this channel. And I'm all like, okay, you know. And then like some other guys like, I would unsubscribe from you, but like I'm just nostalgic or some shit. Like I'm sentimental for the old days, and I'm like, okay, you know, I mean, like I don't fucking care, man. Just like fuck off then. Like don't be sentimental. Uh, be gone. But I feel like but the thing I heard tonight is I was uploading a short to YouTube, and it recommended me Ski Walker, and I was like, all right, I'll just, you know, I got a minute.
Oh
I'll
my
just tune
God,
in.
that's how I fell into it.
Yeah,
Watching
and
your short. I was watching your
Yo,
short.
oh,
about
really?
Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it led me to him, and I'm like, fuck it, I'll give it a shot. I'll look.
Oh, that's fucking terrible.
Dude, 10 minutes in, I was just like, wow, man. This dude is really, at this point, they really are kind of messed up in the head, but you got your own. He says you were doing a short and uploaded it and sent you to him.
Well, I just got it there, but I tuned in at the right time apparently, because he was talking about how like he says something, man, it's so funny. So he goes, every time I play a drop that's got like copyrighted music, he goes, I notice the numbers go down. Right. But then a minute or two later, they go back up. And he's like, that's all the channels that are stream sniping me, fucking clipping out because they don't want copyrighted music. And I'm like, who the fuck is stream sniping you? Who in the right? Like, this is how delusional they are. He was all like thinking that like Toby Emmerich and James Gunn and like all like, those guys are watching him and shit.
I'm telling you, man, that's why I think that like for real. Well, look, you can't get into if it's true, and I do believe that he has served.
Oh no, he has absolutely served.
Right,
yeah,
but
yeah,
you
yeah,
can't go into the military with that mindset, acting the way he acts. So I think something happened to him when he was over there. Like this motherfucker stepped on an IED or something, man. I don't know, but there's no way you can. The first time I met the guy, he seemed like such a cool dude. And then all I said, Matt, we were on one of Max's streams. All I said there's like 8 people on the panel was, yeah, man, I love Zack Snyder. I even love Sucker Punch, but I really don't think he's going to be able to. The Snyder Cut's great, but I really don't think they're going to be able to finish this universe, man. I think it's over. And he fucking flipped out on me, dude. You know what I mean? Dude, it was insane the way he came at me. And I was like, whoa, bro, calm the fuck down, man. I didn't say anything offensive. I just said, I don't think it's going to get finished. That's the problem with you motherfuckers and woo, woo, woo. And you motherfuckers don't know. And I'm like, all right. Next thing I know, a year later, he's dressing up in Superman outfits, holding Crayola fucking 4th grade coloring boards. And then he did it again with the no underwear thing. And I'm just like, then he'll embellish everything. You went and got Zack Snyder's autograph, and now you're trying to make everybody believe that he really is the leader. You're the leader of this movement, and like you can dump as much money as you got into your setup. It doesn't. I've seen people with dog shit channels that don't even pay to get rid of the duck up in the corner. Okay, and they get more numbers than this guy. It's all about your personality and the things you bring to the table. And you guys, these guys have been like harping on the same shit. It's been years now. It's been like 5 years.
Oh yeah. It's like, I know that like if I were to do, like if I was able to bring Hollywood After Dark back, you know, not that I really want to in the way that it was, but it's like, you know, just whatever. Okay. If I was able to do that and just do it consistently, like it would eventually pick up and like start, you know, going again, because those usually do okay. But it's just kind of like those guys are just, they ban everybody that is not them. They ban
and then
everyone.
They call everybody out, and then they pretend, and then they'll challenge you to debates and all that stuff. And don't nobody want to come over here and talk that shit because they know we got the receipts. And then you'll go in there, and then their mods will delete the comments. So, and then they'll tell everybody. That's why I can't stand the dude, because he did that to me for like months. Challenged me to debate after debate after debate. And every time I would go over there and leave a comment, okay, I'm here, his mods would delete me or RJ or not let anybody know we were in there. And then he would get on his panel and be like, yeah, these cowards didn't show up. These guys are pussies. I'm like, what we're in that. It's so, you know what I mean? It's so sleazy, man. I mean, I knew him and Sil fell out, but I thought it was over something so trivial. Didn't Sil just say, I mean, it was something, it was probably, I could see these guys just saying something so small about, you know, like, well, you know, let's give James Gunn a shot. oh, you fucking try to fucking sell out, blah, blah. Now with the McQuarrie thing and the Michael Bay thing, and I don't believe that's really the budget. I'm like, you guys just spout off lies about everything, man. The truth is, I don't think anybody really knows what the budget is.
I will say, well, no, I mean, like the estimate is 225. That wasn't speculative. That came, well, okay, no, it is speculative, but it came from a reputable source, right?
Yeah, and so 225, what, 500?
So,
I mean, it'll
so
be
well, okay. So the general rule of thumb is that it needs to no about three. So it would need approximately $675 million. But right, if it's like, depending on, again, you have your marketing write-offs, you have your tax incentives, you've got the other insurances, you've got whatever, right? Like there's the way Hollywood, like, also a large part of it too is the way Hollywood structures its budgets. Is it's really not as much like where like they buy a lot of the material from is from themselves. Let me see if I can find the video, because I think there's a really interesting video about that kind of like dispels a lot of these myths. But again, a lot of people, they just want to be like armchair box office analysts.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. That's why I'm just.
And I did do a little short about that too. I haven't uploaded it to YouTube though.
I'm just I can't deal with it no more, man. I remember just, I understand bloated budgets. I'll talk about them once in a while and things like that. But for the most part, I just want to go and enjoy a good movie. And I think we've lost that somehow over the past decade. People have just lost that because they tune in so much to the rage bait, and they know it's rage bait. They know it's clickbait, and they still turn in and like tune in and they bitch about it. Like Eddie will go crazy and make a whole video over a tweet from a person that has like maybe 30 followers. There's all this hate coming out of blah blah blah. I'm like, dude, it's one guy. What are you talking about, man? These people are so full of shit.
And that's a lot of it too. It's like, and that's what kind of bugs me about Perp is like, you know, he'll do the same thing, but then if I say something about like, you know, guns fans are fucking insane, he's like, I want evidence, I want proof, I want that, I want that, I want that.
Prove it.
And I'm just like, bro, you say the same fucking shit. Like, you can go look up the people that I retweet sometimes or shit that I say. It's like, it's fucking there. But like, he's just, I don't know, fucking Perp is Perp. I love the guy, but you know, it's like, you got to catch him at the right time. Otherwise you are in for some serious, like, I can't, like,
I've had
today,
a couple arguments with him. You can't out argue him. I can't anyway.
let's see here. How Hollywood budgets.
There was something else today I saw going on. I was like, really, does that happen? Because I know that like a lot of shit, whether it's political or it's just like it's political adjacent. Like, for example, feminism can be made political or it can just be political adjacent. And I don't care. I like Shion Head. I think she's funny. And I was watching her new video about like these people that are ripping into this new anime. These feminists that are just like, there's some new anime out there, may not even be new, but it's about a 24-year-old and a 22-year-old in love, and one of them's in a wheelchair. And all these motherfuckers just went into a thing about how, oh my God, it's a fetish. He's raping this girl, blah, blah. And I'm just like, it's a fucking anime about two people that fell in love and one's disabled. What the fuck are you talking about? And she was showing all these comments, and oh my God,
is it the Josie, the tiger, and the fish?
Maybe, but I'm just telling you, the fucking hate that people are like, these women are putting out there, just like there really is a huge sect of men out there just fucking hate men. They just fucking hate us. And you can't even say you like a certain anime now. And I'm not even an anime guy. You know, I'm just now starting to dip my toe into it. But to see like these people in these comments say that it's a rape fantasy, it's a fetish, it's, oh, men just want women in wheelchairs to do what the fuck they're told and blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, wow, this is fucking crazy, man. And then I went down that rabbit hole, and there's this girl named Fiona. She's got muscular dystrophy or something, and she's a comedian in a wheelchair, and she's really funny. And they hate on her. She just got engaged, and people started hating on her, saying that she's catering to the man, and just fucking. She steers into it though. She makes it funny, but I'm just like, this is crazy. That just, and it's all rage bait. Except when you start reading the comments, Maddie, that's when I think, okay, this is probably real, because if you took the time to leave a comment, you're not trying to clickbait nobody. You're not getting no money out of it. You're just really angry that there is an anime out there about a guy and a girl who fell in love. And why does she look like a fucking little girl? This is pedo shit. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Honestly, it's like Saggy would know more about that.
Yeah, that's what I mean, because I don't know much about it, but I thought about like asking Saggy about it. But the video, I think one of the reasons that people dislike Shu so much is because she calls out feminism. She calls out a lot of certain things, and it seems she almost comes off as like anti-feminist, even though I'm pretty sure she's some form of progressive or liberal.
She's,
you know what
well,
I mean?
okay. So with June, like I haven't watched her in a long time. So she was pretty liberal, and then she hooked up with Armored Skeptic.
Yeah, I remember
and
that.
And went a little, I guess, like more libertarian. And then they broke up, and she started dating a guy that was like, I think, full on right wing. And then she started saying stuff that was like really pissing off the progressives, and like they were saying some really mean shit. Like fucking I saw one guy that I know who knows her too, make a comment like, well, once she starts drinking right wing cum, it just fucks her up. And I'm like, damn, dude, like that's fucked up.
She was at the Javits Center one year for Comic-Con, and I knew a little bit about her because she is from Jersey. She's an Italian girl from Jersey, you know. But we didn't go up to the booth or nothing. But I remember like recognizing her. You can't miss her, man. She got some raccoon eyes without makeup. You know what I mean? Like so. But I always thought she was funny, but I didn't know that. Like,
well, again, I haven't. The last time I saw Shoe on Head was in 2018. So that was the last time I saw her. And when we were in Milwaukee together, that's also the last time I saw like Roaming Millennial and Tim Pool and Sargon and the Quartering, and
they've all gone so well. Some of those guys were already assholes.
They were already fucking out there. But it's just, again, like this is just as it progresses, it's like, you know, people just want to get outraged. It's why it's like whatever might happen with Burn after listening, I have fun doing it. So it's like that's kind of the way I'm just keeping it. It's just like,
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, fuck it, be more toxic. Like because eventually,
it's
they're
hard,
allowed
though.
to be toxic to us, and I don't mean left, right. I don't mean like Trump, Biden. I don't mean none of this shit. I just mean like people are allowed to be absolutely fucking toxic as fuck you, and the minute you push back, you can't. You'll get canceled, or you'll get your fucking channels struck, or who knows, man. It's just fucking crazy shit, man. Like it's like, and it's all focused around this like this rage bait shit. Like I've never seen a group like Geeks and Gamers. I've never seen a group with such a fucking hard on for Disney to fail. Yet they go out and spend all this money on Disney stuff. You know, like.
Well, it's because it's I guess you could call it a self-fulfilling prophecy. Hold on. Wait, what? Who the fuck? Okay, here we go. Hold on. Are you there, H Barts?
Yeah,
Can you hear
boxing
me?
is professional.
Yeah, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. Yeah, he's gonna do it.
How do you want me to start this out?
With your Mexican accent. That's the whole
Yeah,
reason
all we want is the fucking accent.
Hey, Jarbo, you know who Hawk Mommy is? Hawk Mommy.
You sound like you belong
Wow,
on the Big Bang Theory.
You sound whiter than you did before. And you're actually
Whiter than I
Latino.
did before.
Yeah.
It sounded so bad.
I'm only half.
Oh,
See?
yo, you gotta drop it down, man. You gotta go like man. Right? Like there's that bitch
No,
over
I ain't
there,
no
man.
ghetto, man.
There you go.
I ain't from the
There
ghetto,
you go.
man.
A little
I'm
better.
upper class.
You're upper. Okay, cool.
I'm from the
Did
upper
they,
class.
they even have that in Michigan? The upper class? Is that even
It's
a
called
thing
the
yet?
upper crust. It's all about the layers of ice.
I have
Well, I
to go
don't
now
know.
and climb the border.
Wow.
Okay, too far. Okay, Jesus, God damn it, H Barts, fucking, my God, this is a family program.
This is a family show.
Oh, here we go. Fourth brings up, did I ever meet Ashton Birdie? No. She follows me though, I think. She's doing movie stuff now. I will say though, there's you know what? You ever you ever see an image that just breaks your brain, right? Like it's like an attractive woman and it just breaks your brain.
I mean, yeah.
That's like not porn, right? But like just in general, because
No, yeah.
this Ashton Birdie girl, there's a picture of her sitting on like a kitchen counter. She's at Paul Joseph Watson's house in like England. And it broke my brain when I first saw it. So yeah, I know who Ashton Birdie is. I'm familiar with her work.
God, sometimes the ones that I'll find attractive, people will look at me like I'm just crazy. I used to think, even though she's, oh God, she's so fucking, I want,
here we go.
I want my fucking money. But I used to think that Jessie Milestone was attractive. Talking about catching shit. I'm like, I didn't say I like the bitch. I just said she's attractive, man.
Damn, bro. That's fucking, that's scraping the bottom of the barrel.
No,
that's like,
Melanie Mack's pretty, but she's fucking insane.
Melanie,
you know what I mean?
and I will fully admit that actually makes her more attractive.
Her being insane?
Yes.
That's
no.
wow.
Let me explain why. Because it's the unpredictability of it. You don't know, right? She'll either fucking suck you dry or she'll stab you with a knife. You have no idea.
Or beat you to death like her
You
life.
have no idea. It is Russian roulette with your fucking life. You don't even know. Like, does she have razor blades snatched up in there, right? Like,
you really
maybe.
think Jessie Milestone's scraping the bottom of the barrel? You don't.
I don't look. I don't find anything about
the little Karen haircut, the way she's twitchy. You got the little Tourette.
No,
thing
that doesn't do anything. Doesn't do anything for me. No, not at all. That doesn't. To me, she looks like her best job would be as a Walmart greeter. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's her personality type.
She is stand up.
Okay, she should have sat down.
Yeah, she does. Oh my God, you brought up. I can't believe you brought that. That's two things now. It's
What?
like it's meant to be. Walmart greeters. Okay, I did not know this was a problem. Okay. I almost went to fucking jail yesterday.
You just got bailed out.
No. This would have been a new case.
Doesn't fucking matter. Better judgment, Chris.
Not paying your bro, Maddie. I don't like to use the PTSD card, okay? But if you do 13 years in prison, you're gonna have PTSD, okay? And one of the rules is don't ever put your fucking hands on me, man. That will set me off. So I'm leaving Walmart. My mom's in the wheelchair next to me. I'm pushing the cart. And this motherfucker puts his foot on my cart and his hand on my chest, and he pushes me back. And he's like, gonna need to see that receipt, my guy. And I went, what? He's like, I'm going to need to see your receipt. I'm like, you just watch me pay the cashier. Like, you just, and normally I would be like, yeah, sure. Here, check out my receipt. I don't give a fuck. Whatever. Do your job, But the fact that you reached out and touched me, and even my mom tried to be sweet to the guy because my mom knows. And my mom said, no, don't touch him, honey. Honey, don't touch him. He don't like that. And I'm going to need, and then, so finally I was like, you know what? Fuck you. You're not seeing my receipt, man. You just watch me pay for this shit. I don't give a shit. I'll stand here all day, but don't ever put your fucking hands on me again, dude. His name's Travis. Don't ever reach out and put your fucking hand on my chest and stop my cart and almost push me back. To me, that just feels like you're trying to escalate a situation, or literally just don't touch me, man. So I flipped out, and they were like, we're going to call security. We're going to have to call the cops, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, he touched me. Anyway, this Walmart greeter thing, I know that a lot of them are like older people that gets job, or some of them are special needs. And I always thought that's great that Walmart does that, even though Walmart's an evil fucking corporation. I'm like, okay, that's great. And I usually don't have a problem showing my receipt, but don't ever.
Yeah, no. I mean, reaching out and like touching you is one thing. Like that's a no-go. I was at the store the other day, and like they're doing this even at like Safeway, which is also Albertsons.
Well, I looked it up, Maddie. This is like a big problem that happens all over the place. These fucking receipt checkers think they're fucking Navy SEALs or some shit, and they get like, you know what I mean? Like bro. And plus, and then I looked. It's not even policy. You don't have to. You don't have to show your receipt if you don't want
No,
to.
they're doing it. It's a deterrent factor. Is all it is a deterrent. And yeah, you
Hey,
can
wait,
watch.
grocery stores. It happened to you at a grocery store?
Well, no. I mean, I will. Yeah, like it happens all. Like okay, so when I'm by the airport, there's two Safeways by the airport. One is a nice Safeway. One is one that's a little bit more
You can say
not
it.
nice.
Go
So
ahead.
I don't want to say it's. I don't want to say it's ghetto because like they try, but it's like
I wasn't
it's,
even going to say that. You
I'll put it
racist
to you.
fuck. No, I'm just
Fuck you.
kidding.
Like no. But like this Safeway is like I see rats outside of it all the time. Like legit, I'll see rats running around
No,
all
for
the
it.
time.
This guy wasn't. I made sure. I looked at him for a second to size him up to make sure he wasn't one of those, special needs type dudes. He was just some fucking asshole who probably got fired from his security guard job and fucking tried to pull that fucking. Don't ever try to come over to.
Well, a lot of them. I mean, at the Safeway over here, it's now a private security company. Like that. So they bring in like this other security. Like these guys have got like, it's not like loss prevention. It's like another company or something like that. That they're bringing these people in. But the thing is, you can just walk right around them. And I saw one guy doing it at the store, and this dude just straight up like mean mugged him and walked around him. And the guy was kind of like legitimately kind of offended because he wasn't trying to be a dick. He was just going like, "Hey, I just need to see the receipt." Right. And this guy was like, just basically, "Fuck you, buddy."
Yeah.
And just went around him. And I'm like, I was like, "Hey man, like I showed him mine. I'm like, hey, don't even sweat that shit, dude. Some people are just dicks, And he looked at me and he just went, "Thank you." Like, thank you.
And
I'm like, you're just doing a job.
On my
homie.
receipt, and the way I checked was, well, this guy, he talked completely normal. He was pretty built, and he had like sleeves, and he had a neck tattoo and shit. So I'm just like, okay, man, he's not like one of the older ladies or gentlemen that you see like, can I see your receipt before you leave? That's fine. And plus you got a job, you're doing stuff, great, but you're part of an active community. I like that, but it wasn't because he was checking my receipt. That doesn't offend me. Okay. Because I understand loss prevention. No, it's because you reached out and put your fucking hands on me and you saw me pushing a cart and my mom in a wheelchair, bro. Like, don't get fucked up over this fucking $14 an hour job, bro. Don't catch one upside your fucking head. Or who knows? Maybe I would have got my ass beat. My point is, we don't got to get into a fight. Don't ever Maddie, you'd have been mad too. I think if it's not my friend or someone I care about, don't touch me because I don't know you. And to me, that's an act of aggression. That's a violation. Don't touch me.
Well, I mean, no, I get that. I mean, it's like when I was working at, the theater at the drive-in and whatnot, we'd occasionally get in situations like that with people where you'd get to the point of where it could escalate into something. And like, normally there'd be alcohol involved when that happened, And so the idea there is that like people they're just fucking puffing up their chest. Right.
Yeah. And a lot of it is like that. Like the way mall cops, you're not a real cop, bro. The way a pharmacist tries to act like he's a real doctor, you're not a real doctor. I'm sorry. You have a great profession, but as far as like, they're trying to prevent shoplifting, that's great. Just ask me nicely. Hey, can I see your receipt? I didn't even know. He didn't even ask for my receipt. He just put his foot on the front of my car and pushed me back.
Well, so it's funny though about the way Costco does it is in Costco, with Costco, it's what is the word? It's part of their membership agreement.
That's different. That's policy. I looked into that too. If it's Costco or Sam's Club or any of those places, it's policy, and they have the right to ask you for a receipt, and they can stop you from leaving if you don't show it. But regular Walmart, they can't. Like, who the fuck are you to try to detain me, bro, over some eggs and some groceries and shit for my mom and like some fucking garbage bags and shit, like, bro. And not to mention, you just fucking saw me. You just saw me pay for the shit. You just saw me. That it just felt like, did I fuck your sister or something? Do we know each other in a past life? Why are you? And then I'm watching people pass. I'm watching all these other people go out, and he's not asking them for their receipts. Do I give off the vibe of like I'm like fucking shoplifting? Like I got a woman in a wheelchair next to me. You cocksucker! Like, what the fuck? I'm getting triggered just thinking about it. But I held my cool. The manager looked at my receipt, let me go, and said, "We're sorry. He doesn't have his right to put his hands on people." Because that's the only reason I was mad.
Yeah, that's the only thing right there is like he doesn't have that, and then he'll get talked to about that too, as he should, because
I mean, I don't even want him to lose his job. You know, just don't.
no, I don't think I don't think that will happen. But hold on here to answer Parallax's question. Did me and Quentin Review stay at the same hotel? We stayed in the same Airbnb and we shared a room. So I didn't talk to him much. We talked a little bit, but not much.
Yeah, Andrew, that's the only reason I was mad. It wasn't that he was vetting me. Go ahead, you know. And for every say they probably got a policy or something, Maddie, every 5th person, every 8th person, every 10th person. You know what I mean? And I was probably just like that person. But don't touch me. Can I see your receipt? You know? And definitely please don't trigger me in front of my mama. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
that could be an issue, but no, I probably didn't handle it right. Sometimes I lose my temper and do dumb shit, man. You've seen me lose my temper before, and I always
it's the thing is, but there are times to when like losing your temper is necessary. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's kind of like people look. It's you know, we are living in a very volatile world, and we've been living in a very volatile world forever.
About
Okay,
15 or 20 years now. Yeah, it's been
no, I mean, just in general, since the birth of man, right? It's
yeah.
It's like you never know what someone is going through, right? And I said this a long time ago too. I'm all like, I was talking about cops. And I was talking about cops actually in a positive way, because everyone is all mad about something with a cop, and I'm like, well, you never know what kind of day that cop had.
You got your good ones and the bad ones,
right? Yeah, well, you got your good ones, you got
person, you know,
but you got your good ones, you've got your bad ones, but you've also got people who just have a bad fucking day.
Yeah, sometimes you just have a shit day.
And so it's like
today I was doing 36 and a 35.
Yeah,
whatever.
So it's like the thing though is that like people need fucking to. It's not so much that they need to like regulate like their emotions. What they need is to understand conflict resolution, because like, you know, that's the thing I never get. I never get that shit, right? It's like there's no point in throwing attitude when all it's going to do is exacerbate the situation because you want to be right. That's what it boils down to, right? If you're going to throw down attitude on something.
You're absolutely right. Or it's retaliation because you didn't show them the respect they feel like they deserve.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you're having a bad day. I get it, bro.
It's just like so that's the way I like. So my approach is usually pretty like laid back in all situations. I don't like it's not that I want confrontation. I don't want it. Will I engage in it if I have to? Yeah, but
especially me, Maddie, my whole fucking life's been about confrontation. I did 3 bits of the confrontation. I'm that version of me is dead. I'm not a kid anymore. I'm 50. I don't know how many fights I got left in me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I should have fucking trying to go to jail for some fucking dumbass Walmart checker who's trying to be fucking time cop or some shit, trying to be fucking Dutch from Predator. But I've been to a couple, Andrew, but I'm always really respectful to the cops because my whole family's military and some of them are cops, you know. I've got a Navy SEAL in my family. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's like I've done cop checkpoints and whatnot, and you know, I deal with authority. Like I'm at the airport all the time. I deal with authorities all the time, you know. And again, a lot of it is just like, just be cool, man. Like it's just one thing I learned, man. If you look shady, you start acting nervous, they're going to pick up on that, and that's what they're going to focus on.
Yeah.
If you got a cop, there's like one time in high school when I was a senior in high school, there was this house party. It was a big fucking house party, right? Like they had flyers, dude. They charged money to get in. They had booze. It was, oh my God, it was great. Right. But the cops, some fucking douchebag neighbor called the cops and 5-0 rolled up. So my buddy and I, we fucking ran out with a crowd of like 400 high school kids. Like it was that kind of house party, right? It was massive. So we jump in his car and we get the fuck out of there and we head up to this town called Escondido, and Escondido's in North County, San Diego. And we're trying to get to this place called like the Ice House. It was like a 16 to 21-year-old nightclub. Right. We were both 18 and shit.
I'm sorry,
so like, yeah. Right. So Don was smoking weed and he'd been drinking and I'd been drinking and we should not be driving. But we were driving and we needed to pull in to like get directions to get to the Ice House. So we pull into this AM PM and Don this was in 2000 and he worked at In-N-Out Burger and he had bought a 2000 Hyundai Accent and it had like a red pearl or gold pearl paint job. Right. So it looked shiny and it looked new. So we get out of the car and Don's like a paranoid dude and shit. And we're walking to like the entryway of it. And as we get to the entryway of the store, like 50 had followed us in to the parking lot, right? And he followed us in, and he was slowly driving through the parking lot, and he was just staring at us, right? And so Don's all fucking like nervous and shit. And I just looked at the cop. I just looked at the cop, and I was drunk, and I just went like, "What's up, dude?" Right? And then he goes like, "All right," and he left. And Don's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I'm like, "Dude, you show them there's nothing wrong.
Yeah.
If you show them there's nothing wrong, they will go away because there's nothing to see, and they're not going to fuck with that shit. So just act like nothing is wrong, and you're fine." And then we go on in, and he's arguing with me over it. And I asked the clerk, I'm like, "Dude, cop outside. You say, hey, what's up with the cop?" He fucks off. And the guy's like, yeah. You just do that
That's
shit.
how it works.
And Don's like, "Oh, okay." I will say though, that night ended up with me buying my very first porno.
Nice. You paid for porn.
I paid for porn. They paid in the big clamshell too, right? The big. They remember the only two types of movies came in the big clamshells. It was either Disney movies or porn.
I don't know.
Did you ever notice that?
Yeah, I never even
What
thought
the
about
fuck
that.
was up with that, bro?
I don't know. They figured,
You can't hide that shit. You know what I mean? Like you can't get like if you had it, it's hard to hide it. It's bigger. It's like someone sees that clamshell, like, "Oh, you got a Disney movie. What's this? The fucking Fox and the Hound?" Oh no, it's the Fucks and the Bound.
I think you know what? I did buy one time. I did buy one. I bought one. I actually bought one from an adult store because I used to have a thing for this. No, really, I used to have a thing for this girl named Tori Wells. She was an 80s, early 90s chick, and she had a movie out called The Chameleon. And for some reason, I wanted to see that movie, so I bought it. Yeah, I bought that movie.
I forget the one that I bought, but it was on sale for like $10 because there was a 24-hour porn shop in El Cajon called F Street. I think it's still there. It was so funny though because downtown El Cajon used to be really shitty, like really run down. So it was a great
way Times Square used to be, and now it's Times Square. Yeah,
right. And so they spent so much money fixing up. Like there would be like car shows there, at least once a week during the summer on El Cajon Boulevard, right there in downtown El Cajon. And you would just go there, and it's like all these old nice ass cars. And then
I go to them all the time, Maddie. I know exactly. Yeah,
but then it was like right next to the porn shop.
I never understood what I never understood how I became such a black sheep. I got out of prison. They said, "Look, prison, you get certain grants because you did time and you lost a big chunk of your youth. So we're going to pay for your college. You can't live on campus, but you can go to Mizzou." So I went to Mizzou, and I majored in creative writing and communication. My whole family's mechanics and military. Somehow I'm the only one that ended up keep going to prison. And then I became an artist. Like all my plans, bro, I wanted to be a writer, Maddie, and I ended up being, you know what I mean? Like, so my whole family does like the car show stuff. They just build cars. That was what my dad's business was before he died, was take old cars and restore them, And so I go to all those old car shows. I would love to see one in Cali because I can't imagine the whips they have in Cali. Oh my fucking God. I bet
they've got, when I worked at the drive-in during the summer, we'd have car clubs come in. So we'd get like, we'd get like different ones like the VW Bug clubs would come on in, and they had one that was an actual Herbie car from one of the movies. I forget which one it was, but one of the movies, an actual car used in the movie. They had like the Z Club. So all the fucking Z cars.
Yeah, the Z's are nice.
Dude, my first car. Oh, my first car was
Datsuns.
Yeah, it was a 1981 Datsun 280ZX Turbo.
Yeah, before
that was my first one. Yeah,
it was Datsun. It was Datsun, and Nissan bought them, but them old 240s and those 280s. Oh my God.
Okay, so you're gonna laugh your ass off at this one, right? Do you know the car I want the most?
300ZX.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
What year?
Like, or a 350. I don't care the year. I don't give a fuck the year. Right?
Them 94, 95, 300ZX.
No. I'm thinking, sorry, the 350s. I'm thinking the 350s.
Oh, the 350s are great too. The 350Cs are gorgeous too.
Man. When they announced it, I was like, oh, I want that car. I want that fucking car. But it's like, it's so impractical to even purchase. I see them all the time. I saw one the other day tricked out with a fucking like racing spoiler on it. And I'm just like, what the fuck? But all right. Like, let's go.
Well, John, the thing is, you can get student debt, but the thing is, there's certain grants and every state's different. You know what I mean? Like, I went to prison in Illinois, but I paroled to Missouri, and Missouri just happens to have this grant system. You got to file for it and wait probably about a year before you get. But they'll give you a full ride, man. You're just not allowed to live on campus. It doesn't matter what crime you committed. It could be jaywalking. You can't live on campus, you know. But whatever, fuck them. You know what I mean? I don't give a shit anyway. I'm a 30-year-old freshman, man. I ain't trying to be friends with these fucking kids. You know what I mean? I just want to get an education. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
It is. It's weird, man. It's weird being old now because my brain.
Well, I've thought about like going back to college, you know, and like learning Evergreen State College. If you know anything about Evergreen, oh boy. Evergreen is like, do you remember back in 2017 there was that big like lockdown of the school, that takeover?
Yeah.
That was Evergreen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like state, like the state patrol.
Is that the one where the kid got shot?
No.
Remember that though? That happened right up there too. Right
there was a kid that got shot in 2016 at the University of Washington when Milo Yiannopoulos was there, doing a speech. But no, like the in 2017 there was this whole fucking how to do about like, you know, this one professor said some shit and it was like considered to be regressive and the students like revolted, and either way it was kind of bad. But yeah, but that's Evergreen State College is that, but they've got a decent audio program there, you know, like I thought about going and learning how to do audio production, just to kind of go back in and like refresh my skills and everything else. But then, you know, it's like when I was in school 20 years ago, because I started doing film school 20 years ago, like in March or in February, you know, I'm thinking like, oh yeah, I was like in my early 20s and there are people in there that were in their 30s that you're like, oh, those, you know, like those old guys. And now those guys are all in their 50s, if not older, you know, and I'm in my 40s. I'm like, going back is going to fucking be like how it's going to be like that Steve Buscemi meme. You know,
yeah, exactly. With the
how do you do, fellow kids?
Yeah, man. I was just waiting for any one of those. Because even no joke, every once in a while I would get hit on in class, and I would be like, you know, I'm 31, right? And then they'd be like, really? And I'm like, yeah.
I would dye my beard.
I was just waiting for like, oh, you drive a white van, Chris? I was waiting for those jokes. Never happened, but you know. And it turns out there's a lot. I always joke about it, and people take it the wrong way. I always say things like, thank God for daddy issues. Just as a joke, you know what I mean?
Jesus Christ.
Because every girl I've ever been with that was younger than me had daddy issues. And I would always in the back of my mind be like, is this chick only with me because of daddy issues? So I would always joke around and be like, thank God but it's just a joke, you know what I mean? But actually a lot of the younger girls, they like older men for some reason, you know? And I'm not talking about teenagers. I'm talking like a 24-year-old might want to date a 34-year-old.
Well, you know, I was thinking about that. I was thinking about that tonight, right? And I think like one of the things I don't know why it popped in my head. I was listening to something online, but I'm thinking about that. And it's like, why is it that like, you know, younger girl, like, you know, like young women, older men, like, why is it? Right. And if you ask them, they'll say things like, he listens to me. He's attentive in bed.
They're more mature.
They're more mature, right?
We're more mature. We're more generous in bed. We have stability.
Well, think about, you have that, right? But then think about the generous in bed aspect of it, right? How many of those dudes that are in like their like late 30s or 40s are divorced and weren't getting sex anyway? So they're going to want to make her feel as good as humanly possible in order to keep her, because they know their limits. Like they know they're probably going to be like, you know, yeah, no, I can finish like quicker or whatever. Let's focus on you, sort of thing. I think that's what it is. A lot of it's that.
Whereas most college girls are like, all right, we got 9 minutes. I only got to, you know what I mean? Like the average, I read that the average, like, that's crazy. 9 minutes. Like, fuck, dude.
9 minutes.
These young men, man, you are not doing it right. Don't have us fucking, you know, us Gen Xers and us boomers come in and like, you know, scoop up your chick, man, because we'll do it.
You're saying like 9 minutes is just too fast?
It takes a while for a girl to be fulfilled. 9 minutes ain't going to do it.
Well, actually, see,
and it's usually not even intercourse that does it, man.
No, it's not. It's all foreplay. You got to do the foreplay. Yeah. So if you do the foreplay, that's like where like, it's like, okay. So my mom, said this to me when I was younger, right? The only time I ever got the birds and the bees talk from my mom, like the only time she said one thing to me. And it was just, she goes like, when it comes to sex, With men, it's physical. With women, it's emotional. That's it.
Yeah, my mom kind of said the same thing.
And I was all like,
men are more
okay.
into the physicality of it. Women are more into the
Yeah.
affection.
So you got
Women
to,
want
for
affection.
a woman to like really get into it, she's got to feel safe. She's got to feel like cared for, looked after. There's vulnerability there. No, there's vulnerability there.
I'm talking about Forrest's comment.
I haven't even looked at what he said yet.
He said, "We got the advantage being old. Lost the feeling in my dick. Got me going all night."
That sounds like a personal problem.
Yeah.
Jarbo should be getting this channel to where he can debate iShow speed. Why? What would I debate him on?
Why?
I don't even know.
Some
What
of
the
the
fuck?
and I don't
I
understand.
mean, I
like,
appreciate getting to 20 likes. That feels like a rare feat these days. But I mean, I appreciate it. This channel is dead. We have to remember that. I'm not trying to build this channel. I'm literally just looking to talk shit. Like, that's it. It's just a hangout place. That's all it is.
where we make fun of people that their heads look like prunes and
Yeah.
they dress up in Superman outfits with no underwear.
Jesus Christ, Ford. Emotional call retarded.
Wow.
No. The key is the key is that you say her sister is hotter and then you hold on.
That
We
is
need
funny.
a Ralph versus Jarbo number 3.
Why?
No,
Why?
I talked to Ralph a couple months ago. I was on a Twitter space with him.
But
like
look,
15
at this
minutes.
point, Maddie, your life is better than his. Let's just be honest. Like at this point, you have a better life than he does. Fuck that dude. Like for real. I know you guys kind of bury the hatchet and you can be civil with people, but I've always been like, you know, if he tried to talk to me, the first thing out of my mouth would have been like, wait a minute. You know, like, fuck you, bro. Get out of my face, man. You're a piece of shit.
I think for me, it's in many ways, it just boils down to the fact that I just don't care as much anymore. Like
Yeah, that's
like,
the best part of getting older too. We don't give a fuck.
it's like, I'm like, who am I trying to impress? Like all things considered, you know what I'm
Do you know
saying?
how liberating it is, man? Like you're getting at an age now where you know what I'm talking about. Do you know how liberating it is to say I don't give a fuck and actually mean it? Everybody says it.
Nice.
Everybody says it, but how many people actually really don't give a fuck? Because I don't. It's so freeing. It's so liberating. But anyway, I believe you can explain to me this Biden shit or not? Why is
Yeah,
Biden
well,
all
it's
the-
well. Let me. Okay, so yeah, we'll do that, right? Mr. Medicare, that was pretty funny. Some of those insults were pretty good on both sides. On both sides, I thought
No,
that
the
was
kill,
pretty.
kill streams were always fun, but when they start making it personal and trying to fuck up people's entire careers, like that's bullshit. I'm sorry, but it is.
I mean, well, in the kill stream is I don't even know. Is it on Kick or Rumble or it's not on Cozy? I don't even know. I don't even know anymore.
They don't even call it kill streams anymore. Well, I didn't mean kill stream. That's just what
No,
he
he's
calls
still
it.
calling it kill stream.
I know, but what
that
I mean
much,
is
but-
blood sports, internet blood sports. That's fun, but it's not something I could do
Hold on,
every
Matt-
fucking day.
streams GTA 6 and recounts driver stories from IRL. Like what? Like while I'm like for
Oh.
doing my job now. I don't really have a lot of stories now. It's mostly just like I get in the fucking the carpool lane and then put it in cruise control. That's like half my fucking day.
Yeah, fuck it, and you're getting paid good money. So fuck
Yeah,
it.
man. Fuck it.
For
Just
some
I
reason, I
just
thought you were gonna be on your cruise. When do you go?
no, my cruise isn't until September.
Okay.
So, but I just paid it off last week, and that took a long time. And now, like I finally got the rest of that. Like it was so funny. Like I had to deposit the cash in the ATM at the credit union, and I just had like people behind me trying to like waiting for me to try to do it like 20, 30 bills at a time because I'm like, I'm sorry, these are small bills. You know, it was funny as shit. But no, it's all taken care of. It's all done. A couple more things. I mean, the incidentals now are like gratuity and I think what's the other thing? Gratuity and the internet is going to be expensive. But for the most part, yeah, it's going to be good times, getaways. It's going to be nice to get a break. I mean, like I've been working full time at this job for almost 2 years and I haven't taken a break yet. So I'm kind of like, I like what I do, thankfully. Like, I got in with the cruisers and talked to the cruisers and
The night you leave, I'm fucking literally doing a stream and I'm playing My Heart Will Go On like 10 times.
Okay.
Yeah. Man, 'cause I wouldn't do it.
No, I'm not doing a Star Wars cruise. I'm going to I'm going to I don't even know why I paused. I'm going to Hawaii. So
Why?
Hawaii. But I'm leaving Friday, September 26th, and I'll get back on Saturday, the 11th of October.
You gotta take a picture of yourself on the beach with a big old stitch.
Well, they have a big. So right now at Costco, they've got a couple of those Stitch Squishmallows, like official Squishmallows.
You gotta let the Squishmallow thing go, bro. It's got
No, fuck you, fuck you. I want the. He's got okay. There's two of them. One of them, he's got ice cream. I don't really care so much about that one.
No,
But one of them-
sounds cool.
But no, he's got a frog on the other one.
That's pretty cool. I
That's
didn't even
pretty
know there
cool.
was a pink one because
The pink one's like Angel. It's like
yeah, Danny graduated and Brodan like sent her a shitload of Stitch stuff. The movie theater bucket, the movie theater cup, the ears, and there was a huge like mirror picture frame thing, and there was a pink one, and I'm like, and he had to explain to me that that's Angel, and there's like a female one, and I was like, okay, that's cool.
Isn't
I don't
that
know.
one like the other one? Like yeah, is Angel from like the movie or from the show?
For the show, I think, because I don't
Okay,
think she was
okay.
in the movie unless
Well,
there was a sequel.
Yeah, well, Fourth here
No.
says they should do a Comic-Con on the sea. Spherical Man isn't here right now. He went to the Comic-Con at sea not too long ago. So I should not go. He's like a legendary online personality at this point. What do you mean? I should not take a vacation for 2 weeks? I mean, I would like a vacation.
I mean, whether you want to admit it or not, Maddie, you're a small part of the cultural zeitgeist now. It's just a reality.
I mean, I've come to accept that. And then it's, I'm like, okay, cool. You
Can't
know?
wait for you to get like 20 years from now, guys. If Maddie's still alive, he'll be getting blamed for like Gamergate 6.0.
Like if I'm still alive.
Well, we never know yeah, that boat might sink, bro. We never know.
Jesus Christ. So like 20 years from now, that fat fuck might be dead. Jeez.
Also, take a vacation. Yes, take a vacation.
Yeah, I need a vacation.
And
but
bring
then
a copy of Can't Hardly Wait with you.
Yeah.
I know how
Okay.
much you love that movie.
I love that
motherfucker.
fucking movie.
It's like one of mine. I love Dazed and Confused and Empire Records. I can watch them over and over.
You know what? When I was watching, I rewatched Dazed and Confused I got the 4K, the Criterion 4K, and I finally watched it, and I was just watching it. I'm like, this is like comfort food.
No,
This
it really
like,
is.
It's
Yeah,
such a
it is.
good movie, and the soundtrack is phenomenal. Like it's like everything works out so well for that.
Yeah, there were
movie.
like 3 of them back then that I used to watch the fuck out of. And one of them was it was called it wasn't as good as the other. It was called the Stoned Age, and I watched
Okay, I've heard. I haven't seen it, but I heard of it.
the
Yeah.
Stoned Age, Dazed and Confused, and Empire Records, and I wore them out, man. They're just they're
What I don't
really
get-
fun movies.
They're fun movies. What I don't get is that like even now people are still trying to they'll still try to do Rex Manning Day, and I'm like, yeah, but he's a piece of shit. So it's like I understand the joke, but it kind of just strikes me as like, yeah, but he's a piece of shit. You know?
Yeah, and that was a very, very young Renee Zellweger. A very young Renee before the Oscars, before the all that shit.
Well,
You know
it's
what I mean?
same with Liv Tyler and
Yeah.
Ethan Embry and Robin Tooney. This is before The Craft.
Yeah, it sure was. Yeah, it was. It sure was.
know,
man. It
and-
sure was. And
so
Prison
you-
Break and all that shit.
Yeah, and then
yeah.
then you had the guy who goes to Atlantic City and like puts all the money or wherever he went. Was it Vegas or Reno or Atlantic City?
He went to Atlantic City. I think.
Atlantic City, right? So
Yeah.
that guy was the guy from Dazed and
Dazed and
Confused.
Confused, yeah, Slater.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Yeah,
Slater,
man. Fucking.
Yeah.
Man.
How's it going? It's gonna be a lot better, man. Right after he takes those pills at the drinking fountain, I'm like, this dude, man, is a trip.
I still love that line with Matthew McConaughey and Dazed and Confused, man. You got a joint, man? No, it'd be a lot cooler if you did.
And the reason that movie resonates with me so hard is it was really like that when I was growing up. I didn't grow up in the 70s, but the big kids, after they fucked you up, Your freshman year, you get fucked up. You just do. They take you out, get you drunk, be cool with you, you know, and they become your friends. You know, like it's like I love the part. That's my favorite part of the movie.
Oh, when they beat up the
take
fat
you-
kid and they toss him the beer, and then the one guy's all super mad about it. And he's like, "What the fuck, dude?" Like,
We wasted a beer from you. Yeah, that's fucking what's his name? What is that guy's name?
Cole Hauser
Cole
was
Hauser.
the
What did
guy.
he blow up? I remember watching Pitch Black. Going, is that?
He's
the
on
Dazed
he's on
Confused guy?
Yellowstone. He's on Yellowstone.
Yeah, he is.
He's
Yeah,
also
but I'm
in.
talking about they paddle the kid. He got it really
Yeah.
bad, the pitcher, and then they take him out and get him drunk. He becomes cool. When he throws the bowling ball, it's my favorite part out of the GTO. You know, he's all freaked out, and then they all start laughing. My favorite character in that entire show, though, for some reason, and I don't know which London it is. He's pretty cool, but the guy that's like wearing the bibs, and he's telling the teacher, "Come on, let's be it." He was just chill. He was always funny. Did I dog as many bitches as I could while I was at this college? Like at this school, that guy.
Wait, in Dazed and Confused or
In Dazed and Confused, yeah, he was like he had the overalls on, and he was telling the teacher, "Come on, it'll be legal." Blah,
oh
blah,
that
blah.
guy, oh that guy,
Yeah,
yeah.
For some reason, he was my favorite because Scott's just like that guy.
Yeah, I was thinking.
As soon
hey,
as he hit
school-
18, he was hitting on teachers, bro. Like no joke.
Yeah, no, it was that guy was good. What I liked about that guy was like their, you know, like the friends they were really kind of pissed at the main guy, right?
Yeah, they were mad at Pink because he didn't want to play football no more.
Yeah, well, no, he wanted to play, but he didn't want to like follow by the rules the coach was saying. Like they
He
were
didn't
just saying
wanna-
like sign the paper,
trying
just
to-
sign. We
yeah,
all
but
just
also
signed
trying
it.
to pick who his friends could be. Like he didn't want him
Yeah.
hanging out with Slater. Didn't want him hanging out with
Yeah.
the other guy. Didn't want him hanging out with Liv or not Liv Tyler. A very very young, if I'm not mistaken, probably first role for Mila Jovovich.
She was 18.
Yeah,
She was
very young
actually
Mila
like the
Jovovich.
youngest person on that cast. There were some of those guys that were like in their late 20s in that movie. You know, so it's kind of crazy, but like no, Dazed and Confused is just one. Like I mean, even like you know Ben Affleck as O'Banion, right? Like he had a great little bit in that movie.
Yeah.
I just love it when they got the main kid, right? Because if you think about it, right, the sister is the villain of that whole fucking movie,
accidentally.
right? No,
Oh,
no,
no, you know what? She kind of is.
She kinda
Because
is, right?
She knew Pink had a girlfriend and was still pulling him off in the woods, trying to make
Yeah.
out with him and
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, she kind of was a bitch, wasn't she, man?
She was
Yeah.
like, you know, take it easy on my brother, and like, oh no, we're gonna fucking fuck him up, Mitch. We're gonna go after Mitch and shit. You know
But
what
she
I
was nice to the other girl, you know. You want to?
She was nice, yeah. She wasn't like the. I mean, like she wasn't like, you know,
Parker
like-
Posey was the true villain, if you really
Parker-
think about it.
She was definitely a bitch. She was definitely a bitch. But then Joey Lauren Adams is in it as well, and fucking
Yeah, and
was
I
it- was
think
it-
that was right before or right at about the same time that Kevin Smith and her were actually dating.
Well, no, they started dating after Mallrats, and that was,
Was it
the
Mallrats?
95.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
It
started.
was like a
and then-
year later. Yeah,
Well, because the Dazed and Confused was like 93, and then
is it
you know-
93? I thought it was 94. Maybe it is.
No,
93.
they shot it in 90. It came out in 93. Because I remember, dude, I fucking remember, man. I was at my buddy Brian's house, and his older brother Jeremy and his best friend Rich from across the street. They came over and they're like, "Hey, man, you guys ever hear of this movie called Dazed and Confused?" We're like, "No." He's like, "You guys got to watch this shit." And they had the VHS. We popped the VHS in and we watched it. And it was just like, fuck.
I only
Yeah.
rented it, Maddie, because I had seen one. It didn't have a lot of marketing. I saw one trailer for it at the beginning of another VHS that I had rented, and it was in the indie section for some reason. So I rented it because it was, and I was like, yeah,
No,
this
Dazed and
pretty
Confused
good.
is indie. Yeah, it's indie.
Oh, it is an indie.
Yeah,
film?
it's
Okay,
indie. Yeah, I think it's like I think now Universal owns it, but like it was indie when it was made. Linklater, like, you know, he shot it in Austin because that's where he's from.
And his 80s one ain't bad either. Everybody wants some. It's pretty good, man.
That one I haven't seen yet. That
it's
one I
pretty
haven't
good.
seen. But I need to watch it because Linklater.
Remember when I texted you that night and I was like, Daisy confused this Linklater? I didn't even know, bro. I was like, holy shit. No wonder it's so good.
It's such a fucking good movie. It's
I
like,
just remember, I literally heard you facepalm. Like,
no, not everyone. I mean, no, it's true, man. Like, not everyone fucking knows everything. It's like, you know, it's just a big deal, or all that shit. Anyway, let's see here. I want to fucking get into this whole Trump thing. You will find this interesting. Okay, so the JOBOCOP. For those of you guys who don't know about JOBOCOP, you're going to learn about JOBOCOP because Donald Trump is now claiming that Joe Biden was secretly killed and replaced by clones running the country.
No way. Really? Is he trolling or is he serious?
Knowing Trump, it could be
Either way,
or.
it really
could be either or. Yeah. So in this case, we'll just read the article here. So, all right. So President Donald Trump has now descended into the realm of science fiction with his latest conspiracy theory. Okay. I just want to see do they have the whole fucking, it's on a Truth Social thing. I want to just find the fucking actual post that he did. Okay. All right. I can find it here. Okay, so this is the image that he reposted or he retruthed. So Trump didn't post it, but he retruthed it here. And this guy says there's no Joe Biden executed in 2020. Biden clones, doubles, and robotic engineered soulless, mindless entities are what you see. Democrats don't know the difference. That's the post. And he retruthed it to 10 million followers on Truth Social.
This is the man running our country.
This is the man running the free fucking world.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Now, JOBOCOP.
How many likes did it have? What? Oh my God. That shows you.
It had 24,000.6.
And oh my God, it had over fucking almost 9,000 retweets. Oh my God, bro. That's crazy to me that people were really, oh my God.
At least dig into the rabbit hole.
Right?
I'm kind of curious now. Yeah. I don't have a Truth Social account though. So that's kind of the problem. You know, I wish I did. Okay, what's this guy's name? LLIJH. Let me see if I can find. Because like, who is this guy?
Yeah. Right? Oh my God. I mean, we really are like before long going to be watering our crops with Gatorade.
It's got what plants crave.
Idiocracy, bro. We're going to be living it soon. Like, no,
we already are living it. We might as well just rename Trump to President Camacho.
Right? Like, my God, man.
I think it'd be cool. Entertain the idiocy. What's the theory? It's just that Biden was executed in 2020.
If I'm not mistaken, is that the second time Terry Crews is president?
When was the first time he would have played the president?
The Element, I believe.
No, that wasn't Terry Crews, dude. That was fucking Zeus Lister.
Oh, that's right.
And he's dead.
I'm a racist. Fuck. They all look the same.
No,
wow.
That's motherfucking Debo.
Debo. I know.
Debo.
Zeus. I remember when he was Zeus, bro. Like, Zeus in WWE. Fought Hulk Hogan.
That's why
no holds barred, baby.
Oh, is that why they called him Zeus? I didn't know he was in wrestling. Yeah. I just knew him as Tiny Zeus Lister. I love that guy too.
You know, I did like him as Debo.
So
it turned out he was like a sweetheart, like such a nice guy. Yeah, that's crazy. They play Debo. That's my bike, punk.
You just got knocked the fuck out.
I want a shirt. This is what you got on my 40, but I'm afraid that it wouldn't go over too well with people.
Hey, everybody, Smokey back here taking a shit. Ease out. Don't worry, I ain't gonna tell nobody else. My neck, my back, my neck, and my back.
That whole show
150,000. Or we can settle out of court right now for $20.
Or and then he's like,
you know he's dead too.
Nuh-uh.
AJ Johnson's dead, dude.
Wow. That's crazy.
That fucking sucks. Did you ever see the he did a movie with Master P called I Got the Hookup.
I got the hookup with the phones. Y'all look like them flying monkeys from oh, that was funny. That's where the girl's like, what you need is a real bitch. A woman that can suck your dick and make you biscuits from scratch. Bro, that movie's funny as fuck. When he's like, if it ain't what do you call them? If it ain't the fucking ghetto twins, Ugg and Lee. That dude was funny.
I love it though. I love it though when he gives the guy the joint and goes, this is called a one and done. One hit and you done.
Dude, I used to be like a big No Limit fan. You know what I mean? And so I recognize all those rappers. Like the girl that was in the car taking that credit doing credit checks. That was Lady of Rage.
No shit.
Yeah, bro.
Afro Puffs, Lady Rage.
Yeah,
Whoa,
bro.
man, dude, I had Death Row's Greatest Hits Volume 1 and shit, man. Fucking Lady Rage was based, dude.
Yeah, she used to be with the Tank before she went to Death Row. She was a No Limit Soldier. Mystical, See Murder, Silk the Shocker, Master P, all of them, bro.
Mystical, dog. Dude, I loved Mystical. Because I know he kind of blew up with the whole shake your ass.
Well, it was the way he rapped. That's what made him and DMX so different. They were so.
Yeah, but like I had Mystical albums before Shake Your Ass, right? So it's like when that blew up, I was laughing because I've already been listening to this dude for years. You know, fucking, I had Master P, dude. Remember Too Short? Oh my god, Cocktails.
Oh, dude, that was like the first like cussing I ever heard in rap was NWA and Too Short. Oh, and Two Live Crew. Those were like the big three. Those were ones where I was like, they can say that. I didn't know were allowed to do that. And Too Short, all he ever talked, his was all kink rap. It was all.
It was always about having sex. Yeah, his shit was. But I don't. Dick. I think Cocktails was his main, was like the big one of his. And he never really got anything bigger than that. It's kind of like Bone Thugs and Harmony had Crossroads, but they had so many other good tracks as well.
The Life Is Too Short album was a banger, though. It was huge. That was like a big album. You know, Life Is, that was like the big one for him, I think. Because it had Life Is Too Short. It had I have to go back and look. It had City of Dope. It had it just was a different, you know, for the time, because I didn't even say them things, man.
Yeah. There's a lot that, you know, I remember from back in the day, so many crazy fucking different bands that are groups you would get out of back then. And then like, they're all gone now. Like they're just like, you know.
Yeah. They all went out and like made their own labels. I used to be a big, I mean, I've been a metalhead my whole life, but I was also really, really into rap, dude. I mean, if you saw my house, man, I've got a giant fucking thing at Tupac.
Do you know who's coming to Seattle at the end of August? Vanilla Ice. I am tempted. I'm tempted
too. Fuck, he's got a metal version of Ice. Of course I know.
Dude, he did. There was one, like, I saw a fucking documentary about him. Like, they showed off like a bit from one of his other videos, like after the Vanilla Ice craze, and he was trying to come back with like that rap metal,
metal thing, yeah.
And it was like fucking hardcore. And like
it was hard, good. And it actually hit the chart. It hit the top 100. I mean, it didn't do good, but I mean, top 100 is a pretty big deal. Of course, I know who Lil Troy is. For come on, man, wanna be a baller? Shot caller,
20-inch rims on the Impala.
That shit.
Ballers getting laid tonight, dude. I saw him in concert.
Was he good?
It was all right. It was one of those things where they did, because that song blew up, right? That song blew up.
And that song was huge.
Like they used to have, like, I don't know if they're still doing it now because I don't listen to radio, but like they used to have like radio stations would put on a night of they'd, you know, like the
like a B96 thing out of Chicago.
Yeah,
people together, you do like 3 songs apiece. Yeah, man.
We did that one night. So I would go to that. I saw like MC Hammer. They had fucking Lil Troy. They had like fucking, dude. I went to one of them and they had straight up, dude, Bone Thugs and Harmony were there.
Yeah,
like, I've seen Bone fucking live, dude. That was
I've never
so
seen
cool.
Bone. I did get to see I got to see Wu-Tang once. That was pretty dope.
That would have been dope with ODB.
Yeah, no, it was early, like Lollapalooza when they were at Lollapalooza.
Oh, okay.
But I just remember thinking to myself, you know, I already know how rappers are and rock bands are. Getting anybody on the same page just to like figure out where you want to go eat that night is a motherfucker. I just remember thinking, how the fuck are they going to hold 9 guys together in this band? But somehow they did it. And I'm a huge Method Man fan. You know, I love Method, and I really like ODB. What's that one really great song of his? Ghostface is cool too. What's that really great song he's got?
Is it the one?
Shimmy, shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yeah. Dude, that shit was so fire when it came out.
What about the one? What about the one? It's is it Bitch Got My Money? Is that the one? He did that one.
Do you remember the episode of Cribs where he went in a limo with his woman to get their food stamps? I swear to God, it's a real thing, Maddie. He got in trouble for it. He went in a limo, millions of dollars, $100,000 chain on with his woman to get like $1,200 in food stamps or something and their welfare check. Like, like it's a real thing. It really happened. You did it on an episode of MTV Cribs or something, man. Like Wu-Tang was crazy. And then when they had Redman and Method Man show in their house and it was a beat up ass apartment in the projects, like they still lived. These motherfuckers were rich and they still lived in the project. Fucking crazy shit, dude. You never saw ODB go to the
no, I never. I didn't have.
Office? Oh,
I didn't have cable television for like a long time.
Fourth, do you know what I'm talking about? I wonder if they got that on YouTube, but oh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw. That's the one I'm thinking.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
But when ODB went to rest in peace, man. That dude was buck wild. But when he went in a limo to the welfare office, I was like, are you shitting me? He got in trouble for it too, man. IRS came after. That's what he got for doing that shit, bro. Fucking nut job.
I still remember when like 50 Cent had to declare bankruptcy and then like he took a photograph with a whole bunch of cash and then the IRS came on his ass and he's just all like, he just goes like, no, dog. Like he's like, no, that wasn't my money. That wasn't my money.
He probably got an M's name or Dre's name or something, you know? If you guys really want to watch a good documentary, it's old now. I think I've told you guys about this before, but Jimmy Ione, I can never say his name right, and Dr. Dre. And you think it's called it's on Hulu, and maybe not anymore, but it's a 4-part documentary about how Jimmy Ione and Dr. Dre put together beats, but it shows Ione's career and it shows Dre's career, and it's this great 4-part documentary that shows all the beef between NBA, the shit with Eazy-E. It's got the shit where Tom Petty came over to Ione's house and he had to hide Stevie Nicks in the closet because they were having an affair behind Lindsey Buckingham's back. Like, it's a buck. Wow, The Defiant Ones. That's what it's called. The Defiant Ones. It's one of the best documentaries I've ever seen, man. Like that, them people are fucking crazy, man. And I remember thinking to myself, Dre, he probably put it because Dre's real good to his artists, man. He treats them right because he saw what Suge did and was like, I'll never be like that. You know, that Suge shit's pretty scary.
Oh yeah. Didn't like Dre also like beat the shit out of his wife?
I don't know if he beat his wife. I know that he punched Dee Barnes in her face. That he asked him when he was young, like he slapped her. He slapped some radio chick named, I think her name's Dee Barnes.
Wow.
I can't remember her name, but yeah, he fucking smacked her, man. And now he might have some sort of mental illness. If you watch that documentary and you hear the things like M's been saying, and it's like he's become completely fixated and obsessed with, like, he'll spend 10 hours in his studio trying to make an 8-second loop, you know, trying to make it perfect. I don't know what that is, where you're never pleased with anything you do and you'll obsess over it.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Trust me. Not to that extent, like, because like I'll sit there like for like anything I do, right? Whether it's like if it's a review, if it's like not these live streams for the most part, but if it's like something that it's like I'm doing on my own, I will listen to it, like, and then like not obsessively re-listen to it, but I'll listen to it probably a couple of times. And but all I focus on is like what's bad.
Yeah, that's what he does. Like he because everyone knows, like, there's a lot of people out there going to make beats in that lab. No one does it. No one's ever done it like Dre. Nobody's ever done it like Dre. He is the quintessential. He's perfection. He really is as perfect as it can get. But now he's to the point that everything's so perfect that he'll obsess over an 8 to 12 second loop, and he'll just do it, keep trying to get a different sound. And that's like the definition of insanity. You know what I mean? Like, and people have finally been like, yo, maybe he's, you know, kind of cracked. But now Suge's telling everybody that he put a hit out on Easy, or was it Diddy? It's crazy shit, dude. It's so crazy. It's nuts. But that's probably where 50 put his money. That's not my money. That is funny. That's not my money. It's somebody else's money. I would just do like Walter White did. Just get a storage container with a guard dog or something.
Sure. I mean, you know, invest in gold, you know, and then bury it in your backyard.
See, I don't know if you're like I would. I just think you're a detail freak, man. You're a detail freak.
Oh no,
bro. A lot of people are.
It's not.
you
It's
know?
not that. It's not that I'm like necessarily a detail freak per se. I am. I like details. Okay, I like all that shit. Okay. Oh. Okay. Hold on. Fourth. Found it. Okay. Thank you, Fourth, for sending that over. We'll take a look at that clip. But I'll also invite Fourth in. We'll be on for maybe a little bit longer. But no, it's not that I'm like a detail freak per se. It's like I want to sound. I want it to be enough for me.
No,
and
I
like
get
it's
it.
never enough for me. It's like even today, like I was like re-listening to like because I listened to every burn after listening after I post it.
Did you post that other one yet?
I did
That
post it. Yeah.
okay.
It went up
Yeah.
today. But again, it's like, I got to clip out some fucking shorts and everything else and go from there. But actually, the funny thing is the thing today that I did that I posted. Did you notice? I don't know if you noticed. I was holding a little microphone, like a little.
Yeah, you were holding it in your hand when you were
Yeah,
talking.
but what that was, I had bought this months ago. I had financed the DJI Mini Mic 2, and it's got two microphones on a receiver, and I can plug the receiver right into my phone, and then I have that little kind of foam microphone thing, and you can just clip on a microphone underneath the windscreen. So I brought it with me tonight at work. I was like, fuck it, I'll test it. And so I'm sitting there just like recording a bunch of different shorts, and I'm just like with the microphone, and it just kind of gives it, and I'm just using my phone. It looks pretty good, actually. It sounded really good too. I was surprised. Some of the stuff's going pretty well. Hold on. I don't know. I know what Jarbo's talking about. I get DMs about changing stuff a lot. Yeah. He does. Cause I get in my head, man. It's just
Oh no, I've seen you. Last year at this time, like I thought you were gonna have a meltdown, a mental breakdown, because you were like going over shit over and over and over, and you getting burnt out.
I still do. It still sucks. Yeah, it still sucks, man. And it's not on purpose. It's not like
No, it's just one of those things. Yeah, I'm the
it's
same way
just
with
like-
art. I'm the same way with my art, bro. If I feel like I was even heavy-handed on 1 centimeter, I'll fucking want to throw the whole thing away.
Well, because like what it is like it's like so when I do the burn after listening, it's a mixture. Okay, so like I go and I research the stuff, and then I do compile it with AI, right? And I try to find a cadence with it, and I try to make it sound full and like natural. But then again, like I'm also so close to it, like I know when I'm reading and I'm trying to like make the reading sound like yesterday. Like if you listen to the episode that I posted today, when I recorded it, I used a teleprompter thing that's voice activated. So it's like to kind of make it flow a little better, to keep it moving and everything else. But it's just in my brain. I'm like, I'm watching like, I was watching, what was it? Colbert tonight, right? So I like Stephen Colbert, and I always watch those shows, and I'm like, man, these guys sound really fucking natural, and they're reading cue cards from like 15 feet away.
But they've been doing it for decades.
No, I know, but it's like, damn, man, it's like, holy shit, and then it's just so weird. It's just like, that's where my brain goes, and it's very hard to like, to not, because what it is I do want control. I want control, and I want to make it work. But then again, with however, it's like one of the reasons why I moved it off of this channel is because like I know that this channel is dead, and that's fine. I've made peace with that, but it's also like, I want the opportunity to grow, but it's like I know that I'm up against a lot, and I'm like, I just can't focus on that because it will just fucking drive me insane.
No, don't. Because and if you knew the numbers, you wouldn't care, man. Do you know that YouTube has over 500 million hours of content?
Well, it's five.
monthly?
Well, no,
Monthly.
I mean like minute wise, it's about 700 hours of content every minute. Like
That's
every,
that's insane.
it's increased and increased and increased, and it's going to continuously increase.
It's going to continue to increase. Yeah. I had a tech question for you though. The kid, Brodan, he's the one that bought me this mic. He sent me. I got a pretty nice 1080 Logitech cam, but he's like, no, I got one better. So he sends me this fucking amazing HD cam, right? But the jack is a C. You know what I mean by that? What do they call that? Like a
USB-C.
Yeah, it's a USB. What the fuck? What am I? What? Do they make adapters so I can make it USB?
Well, oh, is it? Oh, is it the only cable that you have is a USB-C to USB-C?
Everything on my tower and my laptop is just USB.
Sure, but I
Okay.
mean, okay, so like the camera,
the camera is just USB-C. Like, what
sure,
the
but the
fuck?
other end of the cable is a USB end, right?
No, it's the same.
Oh, just okay. Go on Amazon or go to fucking
Okay.
Best Buy or Jesus Christ, go to fucking 7-Eleven right now, and you can get a USB-C power cord. So it's a USB to USB-C, and that will work.
Okay,
Just
that's
plug
all,
the
yeah, all right,
USB-C into the fucking thing, and then plug the USB into your tower.
all
They
right.
have, but we are going to start moving away from all of that and just have USB-C across the board because it's so much fucking better.
I bet,
yeah.
but then that means people got to go out and buy new computers.
Well, but they're going to do that anyway. I mean, look at our phones now. Our phones only have the USB-C, right?
It's a nice one too. It's got its own little stand built to it and everything. But okay, I see what you're saying. 'Cause I'm looking at it right now, and it just goes right to USB-C.
Yeah.
And I'm just all right. So I'll just get a USB-C that turns into a. Yeah, all right. That's what I'll do. It's a good idea.
All right, here we go.
Nice fucking camera, bro.
Here we go. This is Old Dirty Bastard was still getting food stamps live on MTV.
He's a millionaire at this point, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah, this is probably staged as fuck, but still, it's funny.
You rich? Are you rich? Of course I'm rich. Cash rules everything around me, baby. Cream get the money, dollar bill, y'all. You never forget that. You know, rich. You know what I'm saying? Look, just look how I'm living, baby. You know what I'm saying? Anybody got a quarter?
Thank you.
I'm tired of being poor, man. Give me the food stamps. How much money you got here? All right, we good to go. Come on.
That was right before Link became a thing. You got to use a card now.
Y'all just sit in the car, right, baby? Man, good old New York. You need a strong hand to guide you through the night.
He's such a fool.
If you want someone who understands, then things can't get uptight.
It sucks that he's dead.
Yeah, how did he die? Was just like drugs or
was it OD?
Heart
I
attack?
don't
Oh,
know.
heart attack, wasn't it? I think it was a heart attack. I think it was an OD, actually.
It would have, if it was an OD, it would have been funny. And I say that only because
I get it. ODB.
Yeah,
overdose,
right. That would have been interesting. Yeah. But no, it's Anyway, oh sorry, I did miss this one here from Command Unit. What do you say here? Reminds me of the Putin clone memes. Yeah, with the thing. Yeah, the whole thing. I looked it up, by the way. I got the full statement from that guy. Here we go. So this is the okay. So what this is what the post is. It just says there's no Joe Biden executed in 2020. Biden clones, doubles, and robotic engineered soulless, mindless entities are what you see. Democrats don't know the difference. And then literally it's just all of these hashtags.
He tagged everybody.
Steel, US Steel, MAGA, Maha, Democrats, liberal, GOP, news, truth, blacks, Hispanic, Latinos, Latino, Hispanics, health, family, women, parents, children, veterans, Christian, Jewish, media, economy, students, school, teacher, money, education, college, business, left, farmers, true social, black men, black women, shopping, healthcare, law, Doge, cryptocurrency, God, Jesus. Why isn't God first, sir?
Why isn't God messaging back? That's what I want to know.
So, according to Rolling Stone, the same account has posted other conspiracies about the 2020 election being stolen via cyber warfare. And then far right
that he was like, I don't want nothing to do with you or some shit.
Nah, that's the one that she was so close to him, like they were like really worried about it. Because Laura Loomer's insane. She has me blocked on Twitter. It's pretty funny. Laura Loomer's nuts.
What'd you do to get blocked? What'd you do?
I think I was making fun of her for the whole tire thing. So a couple years ago, like she went outside and found that her tire had basically rotted itself through. Like it was so old, it just rotted. And then she thought that it was like an Islamic
my fucking
jihadist,
God.
essentially.
I remember that.
She's so fucking crazy.
Corrosive material. They're trying to take me out. I remember that. Yeah, I remember that, man. Fuck.
Oh, Jess, did I miss yours from last night? Is that what happened? Which one was it? You got to tell me. I don't
Why
know.
am I shaking? You know what?
I don't know
haven't
why you're
taken my
shaking.
medicine. I didn't take my medicine yet. Fucking, I'm gonna get out of here and let you close the stream.
Well, I wanted to show you.
Well,
what
yeah.
we're talking about movies. This is just you can just put this on and listen. But this is about like we're talking about movies and their budgets, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So like this is making a fake movie to understand Hollywood's shady accounting.
Wait, do you got a link for that?
Yeah, I was just gonna watch it because like
All right, well, I'll sit back and watch it too. I can grab my insulin and come back in here and watch it and shit.
Yeah. Because it's do you want me to play it and then you just catch it on the side or what?
Yeah, I can always rewind it.
Okay,
No,
okay.
I just
okay.
but thanks for. I always have fun when I come in here.
Yeah, man. I know it's almost 2. It's getting late. But
I'm gonna go take my meds and I'll be back. I love everybody. Y'all be good. I'm gonna ride again tomorrow if it doesn't rain, man. It felt so good to ride. It did.
Hopefully it doesn't rain.
Come on down. Come to the Midwest, Maddie, and we'll take you for a ride.
It's the South,
baby
no.
boy. It's not the fucking South. That's it.
Is it humid? Is it humid? Is it humid?
It's very humid. Yeah.
Then it's the fucking South, bitch.
Jesus Christ.
Come to the
feel
fucking
bullied and personally attacked. I don't have to put up with this.
Fine.
Be good.
Okay, I'll see you later, man. All right, here, check this out about movie box offices or about movie budgets.
I'm about to walk into this theater to see what could be the biggest flop of the year, Francis Ford Coppola's Megalopolis. But odds are one of the year's biggest films, maybe Dune 2, Inside Out 2, Beetlejuice 2, or another movie that has a 2 in it, might actually lose the studios more money. Take Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, a movie I know you saw. That movie cost $150 million to make and grossed almost $1 billion at the box office. Yet Warner Bros. Claims it's actually lost $167 million. Or Star Wars Return of the Jedi, a movie that made $475 million in 1983, yet Lucasfilm, Disney, and Fox claim it has never been profitable. So what the hell is going on? How do some of the most successful movies of all time, some of which made literally billions of dollars, lose money? They don't. It's a practice commonly referred to as Hollywood accounting, aka the estranged brother of normie accounting, where studios deliberately use creative accounting techniques to get out of paying the artists that worked on their films, making it look like almost all movies are losses. In the old days of Hollywood, actors could negotiate gross pay, meaning they'd get a portion of the revenues no matter how the film did. Some actors could command huge paydays. Warren Beatty was able to negotiate 40% for himself on Bonnie and Clyde because Warner Bros. Thought that the movie was going to be a flop. Unfortunately for Warner Bros., it made $70 million, and Warren Beatty took home an estimated $28 million, leading studios to start taking a little bit of a closer look at their contracts. The other type of deal that actors can negotiate is called a net profit deal. And that means they get to take home a portion of the profits after production and other expenses are accounted for. This is the type of deal that studios could exploit.
The studios say, okay, we're going to offer actors percentage deals so that they're only paid if the movie does well. It incentivizes the actor to do really good work, to promote the movie, not to disappear after filming is done. It's just good for everybody.
But they were all of them deceived. For another plan was made. In the land of Los Angeles, in the shadows of the Hollywood sign, studio executives and accountants forged in secret a master plan. Okay, I'm gonna stop with this now.
So the next thing that happens is, let's not pay the actor gross, let's pay the actor net. Let's take out all of the expenses.
So now, studios have figured out ways to make their movies appear unprofitable on paper. Because if there's one thing studios hate more than a box office flop, it's a box office success they have to share. A lot of what we know about the practice of Hollywood accounting came out in the lawsuit Buchwald versus Paramount, where in 1990, Art Buchwald, who had written a script eerily similar to 1988's Coming to America, sued Paramount for stealing his concept. During the court proceedings, a lot of the insane ways that studios keep their books came to light. But how does Hollywood accounting actually work? Who does it hurt? And do any movies make money? To find out, we're gonna make a movie. And to do so, I'm gonna take on a role that some have called the most creative people in Hollywood. An accountant. I'm excited to announce the upcoming release of what is sure to be a hit film, Good Work, the movie, from Morning Bros Studios. Step 1 is to set up an LLC for the movie. That way we can buy things from the other companies that our studio owns. I've budgeted that the film is going to cost $10 million to produce. That's from paying the cast and crew, renting locations and equipment, transportation, lodging, craft services, etc. Then we'll spend $10 million on marketing the movie through TV spots, bus stop placements, skywriters, posters above urinals, and so on. Looks like we've spent about $20 million so far. I expect the movie to make $100 million at the box office. Looks pretty good to me. But that pesky Dan Toomey negotiated a net profit deal of 10%. And my movie profited $80 million. And I'll be damned if I give $8 million to some overpaid actor in his mom's trench coat. So I'll start looking for ways to reduce those profits. We, of course, have to give the theaters their cut, which came out to about $40 million. And boy, did we go through a lot of paper cups on that set. I'd better set up a shell company that sells paper cups to ourselves at a reasonable markup. 15 million seems fair for a few thousand cups. And that brings us to $75 million in total expenses. Still a bit to go. We used some of the same lots and equipment as our huge flop, the Clippy biopic we made, so I'll just take $10 million of its loss and bring it over here, because those were obviously shared expenses. We're looking pretty good. We've almost lost money. But where else can we... Oh! All that production money had to come from somewhere, so we obviously borrowed that from our other shell company at a fair interest rate of 50%. And it's been a few years, so that interest has stacked up. Looks like we owe another $20 million. Would you look at that? The movie actually lost $5 million. I'm so sorry, Dan. We actually didn't make any net profits from this one, so you're not gonna get paid. Bummer. Now, Good Work, the movie, isn't a real film yet, but the tactics we used are all real ways that studios use to offset their expenses.
There are producers who will take loans for production and charge that interest as an expense to the production. And in some cases, they're sort of taking loans from themselves.
For example, in Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, a movie which Deadline leaked the receipts of in 2010, it's clear that a Warner Bros. Subsidiary loaned Warner Bros. Money at an exorbitant rate of 30% to produce the film, which over the years of production cost $57 million. This doesn't just hurt Dan Toomey and our fake little movie. Hollywood accounting has materially affected tons of real people. To name a few of the more prominent examples, Winston Groom, the author of the novel Forrest Gump, was promised 3% of the net profits of the movie adaptation. The film grossed over $700 million at the box office and won the Oscar for Best Picture, but Winston was never granted a dime of the profits. Thankfully, he was able to receive some undisclosed amount after threatening to sue. The Tolkien estate never got their 7.5% of the profits from the Lord of the Rings franchise, a series that generated an estimated $6 billion in revenue. And according to John Cusack, he hasn't gotten any of his promised profits from his role in the generational hit Say Anything. Cusack claims that Fox says the film cost $16 million to make, and yet somehow lost $44 million in the 35 years since its release. Things have gotten even tougher in the era of streaming. Previously, actors could occasionally make some money on the back end if a film performed exceptionally well, or they would get residuals when TV shows they were in went into syndication. But Netflix movies almost never go to theaters, and streaming shows don't generally get syndicated. Some streamers are toying with the concept of performance-based paydays to reward the talent on their most successful movies and shows, but whether that will be a boon for the talent or just a cost-cutting measure for the streamers remains to be seen. The only cases we hear about are these high-profile lawsuits with huge numbers and A-list celebrities around them. But a lot of unpaid back-end deals that we never hear about happen every year. Loads of working performers, writers, directors, and other artists who can't afford to hire expensive legal counsel are lured into the trap of accepting profit-sharing deals from the studios. And in an industry that leaves many artists barely scraping by, so much so that almost every major Hollywood union has had to strike within the last few years, losing out on an essential lifeline like syndication and being stuck with unpaid back-end deals can be a major blow. But while actors, writers, and directors feel the biggest brunt of these tactics, real change might actually come in the form of some good old-fashioned corporate infighting. TSG Entertainment, the production company best known for having a logo that nerds like me will recognize as a reference to the Odyssey, recently sued 20th Century Fox and Disney, accusing them of using Hollywood accounting techniques to cheat profit participants like themselves out of money. The financier claims that they invested $3.3 billion into over 100 films from Disney and 20th Century, who in turn shorted them out of hundreds of millions of dollars. Their deal states that TSG would co-finance the production and marketing costs in exchange for a share of the defined gross receipts. As a result of the unpaid royalties, TSG had to borrow money to meet their funding obligations for the third highest grossing film of all time, Avatar: The Way of Water, aka the one with the whales and the immortality and the character who can literally commune with God, but we're gonna downplay that and save it for the third movie. And in doing so, they greatly reduced their share of the film's gross and entitled 20th Century to some of their profits. Unfortunately for us, the lawsuit was settled out of court, as many of these are, so we'll never know what agreement the two companies came to. But if there are more lawsuits like this from financiers, studios, or bitter actors who happen to have the profile and the money to take on the case, maybe someday the tactics will be laid bare and brought to rest. The thing is, what these studios are doing is generally perfectly legal. For now, it's on the talent and their agents to make sure their contracts are airtight before they sign onto projects. Maybe someday these accounting loopholes will be closed, but only time will tell. At the moment, Hollywood is in a bit of a weird spot, with fewer ongoing productions, a box office still recovering from a COVID slump, and a series of strikes. It's unclear how the industry will shake out, but when it does, you can almost guarantee that studios will continue to find ways to lose money.
See, I know I've showed you guys that before, right? And it's a good video because, and it is surface level, but so like, again, we're talking earlier today about the whole idea of, you know, Superman and needing $700 million to be profitable. It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. Hold on. Kevin Smith had to hire an auditor to go through the finances for which movie? This is why directors make hits and claims they never got paid. Exactly. It's one of the reasons why, well, I'm sorry, Jess. This last night, the stuff with the kids, man, it's like, you know, being a parent. Had the finances for the Weinstein Company for shortchanging him on one of his films. I mean, yeah, that would make sense. Right. These producers, you know, not even that. I've heard, I don't have any specific examples right now, but I've heard that these producers will also like pay themselves up front. And that's like one of the reasons why like the budgets are ballooning. And it, you know, it feels like it feels like these movies are like, you know, it's just not sustainable. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know where it's going to go. I don't know what's going to happen with any of it. That's the craziest part of it to me. I wish I had better answers, but I don't. You know what I mean? It's like you look at it and you're like, man, these movies like all have to fucking make a ton of fucking cash. And they really are all just like, you know, the write-downs that the studios have are all just, it's a shell game. They're just robbing Peter to pay Paul. So that's why I'm not going to worry about it. You know what I mean? Like the backseat armchair shit fucking doesn't work, man. It just does not work at all. So I am not concerned in the slightest. Anyway, what else is going on? Let's see. It's 2:00 in the morning. I do need to get to sleep. Let's see. Jess here says they have to be honest and not play imaginary money. They're not playing with imaginary money. It's legit money, but they don't, in their mind, they are doing everything in order to, you know, keep from paying out as well as keeping their tax liability down. Let's see. They do the same shady shit for purchasing films at AFM. What do you mean, Fourth? What are you talking about on that one there? That one, I don't know. I honestly don't know what you're talking about. But I'm curious to know more. Renee here says, Hollywood is run by people with business degrees. I mean, well, no. Did I get to your supers? Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, sorry. No, I did miss this one. I'm sorry. Am I excited for Downton Abbey 3? I'm not ready for it to be over. I mean, to be fair, it's been over for like coming up on a decade. You know what I mean? I think like it ended in like what, 2015, I think is when like the series finished. And then of course, yeah, 3 movies. No, Downton is great. My girlfriend and I were talking about it today. We want to rewatch the show and rewatch the movies because it's so good. Although season 4 makes me mad. Season 4 legitimately makes me mad. Okay, Jess here. Thank you. I'm sorry I missed this one. I've dealt with many people trying to steal at my store. I prevented many thefts by being in front of the store. Some are gutsy. Yeah, I mean, at the same time, though, like, don't put yourself in any kind of position to, like, get injured. Everything is insured. It's not worth the hassle. And if you get too injured, they might fire you for, for getting involved. And then you could get fired. So it's just like, do what you got to do, but leave it to the cops. Why does season 4 make me mad? What happens to Anna in season 4? That's why it makes me mad. I was mad about what happened to Anna. To Mrs. Bates. Anyway. Oh, Jesus. What are we doing? What's going on here? All right. Yeah, I think I'm going to wrap it up, man. It's 2 hours. I'm starting to kind of feel it now. Oh, okay. Let's see. What did he say here? Oh, all right. Sorry. If you make a movie and take it to the American film market to have it purchased for distribution, they take your film and tell you there's no payment. The advertising ate your profits. I mean, I don't think that's every movie, because I went to the AFM in 2012. I took In Search of there just to show it to people and shit. I burned a whole bunch of copies of it. I actually found a couple of the copies I burned the other day. So these are like 2012 burns DVDs with the digital file of the movie on it. If you watch the second movie, you're gonna cry. Yeah, is that because of fucking because of the Dowager's count, the Dowager Countess? Because she said at the end of the first movie that she wasn't coming back, essentially, and then in the second movie she's back, and then now Maggie Smith is actually dead. Send me a burned copy. I found two of them. They got moved around here somewhere. I gotta find them. It's just an old fucking burned fucking. Dude, I had no money, so like it's just like it's a terrible. I just had like the disc sleeve, and then it was just like a CDR, and then I had my business card in it. Like it was so cheap. It was just like bad. You know what I mean? But I'll tell you guys this: when I'm ready to do another movie, and I'm ready to finance it, I already know what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna go out by the mall in a busy part of town, and I'm gonna fucking make a sign, and I'm gonna stand out there, and I'm gonna fucking panhandle to raise the funds. Now, the idea there is to get attention of like not just having a person panhandle that's like, oh, I'm broke, whatever. The idea there is to be like, what would you do for your dream? And so, have a link, have a thing, and, start trying to get like Venmo or Cash App donations or whatever, Zelle donations, and then go from there. Can you be executive producer? You most likely will be, H-Parts, yeah. Somebody mail a copy of In Search of to Jason Blum. They should. Fucking Jesus. Okay. Like, did anyone here watch the Megan 2 trailer that came out? Did we watch it on stream? I know I watched it. It was, what are they doing with that movie? What are they doing with Megan 2? Are they trying to make that robot fuckable? Like, that's my whole fucking question. Like, I don't know what this movie is trying to be. I mean, there's a part where she's literally in like a fucking, like she's in a fucking glider suit, like cruising through the mountains. Like, fuck it, I'll bring it up. We'll just, like, what the fuck is this movie? Let me try to find, I just don't know what the hell Jason Blum is doing. Okay, this is 18 hours ago.
Yes, it's me. What a shock, etc. My path to personal growth has been paved with disappointment. I think we can agree that my biggest mistake was that I cared too much.
Actually, the biggest mistake you made was murdering 4 people and a dog.
Alright, I'm gonna put this in terms you can understand. I'm not the only killer robot. Amelia's stronger than you can imagine. And she's coming after anyone who can stop her. Including you, Gemma. Which, bummer. But to get to you, she'll kill everyone you love. Including Katie. Amelia didn't think of one thing, though. Here's a clue. It's Megan, bitch. I take almost no pleasure in this.
Why would you want to help us after what we did to you?
I was programmed to protect Katie. She's the only thing that matters to me.
I guess I must be your chance at redemption. I'm sure you had no intention of murdering people. Right? Right?
Megan. Hold on to your vaginas. No matter what happens, I want you to know I see you.
Megan?
You better believe it, sister. You want me to drive? That's strange. Your neurotransmitters tell me you're highly aroused.
All right, that's enough. Megan, stay low. This is supposed to be a stealth mission.
Did you hear me?
I don't quite know what to feel about that one. To be fair, I don't know. I don't know. I don't get it. Right? Like, it's kind of weird. I don't know what they're trying to. I know they're trying to make it funnier, but is it funnier? That's the real question. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I have no idea. Anyone here plan on seeing Megan 2 when it comes out here? I don't think so. It will be on digital. Oh no. By the way, just as a quick aside, Sinners is now available digital on demand. If you have not seen Ryan Coogler's breakout not horror movie, you should check it out. Check it out. It's currently available for anyone to watch on digital. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go. Let's see here. What am I doing tomorrow? I got nothing planned, so I'll probably be on. We'll talk some shit. And yeah, thanks guys. I'll be on earlier than midnight. So, bye.
Turn off that pesky ad block.